Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show today. We are doing 80s anime. And it's once again just a reminder that the 80s was the most awesome decade in the history of mankind.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Amen.
Amen.
Well,
But well, but we're going to get into it today. I actually went and did my my warming up or research as I do for all these shows just to refresh myself. I had forgotten how much awesome this was in the 80s, dude. I completely forgot. And as I went through and looked at it, I was like, "Oh, Jesus, the 80s dominated." There's the 90s, as Andrew was mentioned to me earlier, had some killer animation stuff in it. I mean, goodness gracious, all that stuff from the Dexter's Lab to Batman, the animated series and all the other stuff that came after it, like Young Justice. The 90s was killer. And then something
mhm.
called Cal Arts existed. I don't know why someone hasn't blown that place up yet. But nevertheless, the 80s anime was amazing. We're going to get into it here, and I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a primer. Usually, I go here and chat with the guys, but I'm not going to do that till later. I'm actually going to get right into it, and I'm going to show you what there is to get to. And of course, this is also one that we'd really, really like to see some draw along today. Everybody, please get involved in it, and let me go over here and just get into this, man. So let's take a look at, and I'll blow it full screen for you guys and let them share. Let's look what actually, now I couldn't put a full list together. I couldn't even get close. I just put some stuff that came to my mind. And then I'm later on during the show, I'm going to take a look at the top 20 list from an actual anime site. So, and see how they compare. But I put together in my head what was in the 80s. Now, of course, the original Dragon Ball came out. And honestly, for a lot of Japanese people, this is their favorite one. Now, the second one, which Dragon Ball Z is the one my kids grew up with. That one's also very popular, as are other things. But the original Dragon Ball has a special place in the heart of Japanese people. And of course, it was a mega hit around the world as well. The Americans were a little bit slow. Dragon Ball Z in the 90s is really what hit over there. But you'll find with some of these
Dragon
anime,
Ball.
Dragon Ball,
Dragon
right?
Ball is 80s, so yeah.
It is the original Dragon Ball. But you got to see with some of these that some of the ones I'm going to mention today, they didn't come out in America. And But the rest of the world they were mad hits, right? But Dragon Ball, of course, I kind of had to start with that because boy, did this kick off a freaking series, dude. I mean, goodness gracious, how much money have they made off of Dragon Ball?
Mm.
Just in merchandising, right?
Still.
Yeah, it's insane. A moneymaker, this IP. Now, the next one in line is the first of, sorry, many Ghibli studio stuff because Miyazaki's just a god. I mean, what do you want? Right? He's a bit weird when it comes to little girls, but hey, we can look the other way sometimes. Even the Japanese are aware of his biases. But this one right here is basically a punch in the gut. It's called Grave of the Fireflies. If you haven't watched this, I do suggest you watch it, but don't watch it subtly. This is a brutally rough movie. It's brutally rough, and it is an anime, but it's not for kids. This is about just after the bomb dropped in I don't know if this is Hiroshima or Nagasaki, I forget. And these two kids, a brother and a younger sister, try to survive, and it is god awful, dude. It has to be on the list because it's some of the best work Studio Ghibli's ever done. And of course,
It's one of those movies I'm surprised I still haven't seen yet.
dude, it's not something you go into lightly. I'm not even joking.
No, I know. I had multiple opportunities to see it, and I was just like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready right now. I'm in a good mood today.
It will tear
Till
your
the
heart out, dude.
wait till the Epstein list anime comes out.
Oh God, oh God. But I had to put this on the list, as grim as it is, just because it's stunning. It is stunning. Of course, we can't know. This didn't really hit in America, but Gundam worldwide, dude.
hmm
I mean, dude. I mean, this still goes on. I don't even know how many series there are. There's got to be at least
The
20
model
or
sets did.
30. The models sell amazingly. It's like I said, you go into a model shop here in Japan, all there basically is Gundam, right? But Gundam was mammoth, right? Another one I put on my list that came to my mind because I actually quite enjoyed it is Dirty Pair. Now this
Hmm.
thing gets a bad rap because people don't understand what it means because the Japanese don't know how to use English proper. Is what the problem with this is. Of course, it's 80s anime, so it's got to have some sexy girls in it, but this is Lethal Weapon, is what this is, right? And it's a buddy cop story, and the reason why they're called Dirty Pair isn't because they're they're sexual deviants. It's because every time they go and deal with a crime or deal with a case, because they're detectives, they leave just a trail of carnage, and therefore they don't work clean. They're dirty. The dirty pair is what it's referring to. It has nothing to do with sexuality whatsoever. And it's actually, there is no, it's hardly any kind of, they dress sexually a little bit, but it's not, it's more for comedic stuff. But dirty pair is pretty good, dude. Next one here, of course, is my wife's favorite. She loved growing up with Fist of the North Star. They
Heck
made,
yeah.
yeah, they made a really bad movie that supposedly is John Cena's favorite movie of all time. It tells you a lot about the man.
Hindu.
Yeah.
The live action movie or the animated movie? Because they're.
Yeah, no. The live action is what he's talking about. I don't know what's wrong with
Oh
it.
yeah, that's fun to watch.
I just
It's a good
noticed
time.
I did a keystroke differently here when I was putting together this presentation. I do apologize. It's not Kicks, it's Kiki's delivery service. Another Ghibli, a Studio Ghibli from Miyazaki. This is a great movie. It's an absolutely fantastic family movie. The kids will love it. The adults will love it, which is one of the great things about Studio Ghibli. They are family movies in general. But if you haven't seen Kiki's, what's wrong with you? Following straight up with another Miyazaki with Nausicaa. This is my wife's favorite movie, and I don't blame her because it's badass. Get the princess here, The Valley of the Wind, of course. Another great movie if you haven't seen it. We were mentioning earlier Appleseed, which is one of my favorite. I love Appleseed, and one I had completely forgotten about, guys. But when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that thing was awesome!" Freaking Gunbuster, dude. Gunbuster
Hmm.
was great. I had completely just blanked on it, forgot about it completely, but I love this thing, dude. And it's a female protagonist too, and it's straight up good, right? Gunbuster, dude.
Yeah, I just recently got the remastered Blu-ray. Just finished watching it. It was pretty
It's
good.
badass, right?
Never really watched it before. It never came out in Australia back in the day, so
What did you think?
didn't come. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
loved it, man. When I was a kid, the thing was
Bittersweet ending. Yeah.
well, yeah. Well, the Asians kind of like that bittersweet endings, dude. Any drama they have, somebody is dying. It's just the way it is. Um, Another one I have here on my list that a lot of you probably haven't seen. This is a movie that's just missed most humans, and it's
Oh
a
yeah.
yeah, Angel's Egg. Now it doesn't really matter what I say. I can't spoil it because the average per human doesn't understand what it's about anyway, which confuses me because it's kind of clear. But nevertheless, basically, you're on Noah's Ark. But this is kind of there is an ancient Mesopotamian version of Noah's Ark that talks about the bird went out and never came back, and therefore, as time went by, when all the humans on board were waiting, everything turned to stone because God had forgotten them. Right? Someone took that idea and turned it into a movie. Now, in this case, Noah's Ark is almost like a mini planet how big the ship is. And you just have this girl and this guy. He's Jesus basically, and she represents I don't know Gaia, I guess. But it's just kind of a spiritual psychological movie, right?
He looks like a vegetarian.
Yeah, it's a weird flick, dude, but it's also one of the most beautiful anime ever made. It's shockingly good. You should watch it. It can be it seems to be quite confusing for a lot of people, but uh, it's just something you got to watch, man. Robotech, yes. No one here. You're not allowed to mention Macross on this channel, just so you know. Okay. Of course, the Legend, which I know several people are going to be doing stuff with it. Vampire Hunter D. Uh, really good, man. The Blade we had before Blade, right? I'm assuming everyone here knows Vampire Hunter D. Of
Mhm.
Yeah.
course, we had another little obscure one, which I remember seeing, but it was the story was so great. The animation is actually at times gets amazing. It's kind of like Psycho Mob 100, which has some pretty shit art, and then until all of a sudden it has the most amazing animation you've ever seen. This is like that. It's a cool little thing. You got this kid looking for his dad. He's got this Incan girl that's looking for her dad, and this kid, the one on the right hand side, who is the last of his race, his very high tech, Atlantean race. It's pretty good. Has anyone seen this?
Yeah, I remember.
Looks
I
like
used to watch it as a kid. Like it was out. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
on TV.
It's good. Yeah,
I just remember the
looks like
song.
a Mexican
vaguely.
Johnny Quest.
it is. It is. This is actually a Franco Japanese, combination. They work
Would be
together.
Juani Quest.
Sure. Sure. But it's pretty good though. The story's excellent. It's really well put together. Of course, here the next one is another Studio Ghibli, followed by yet another, but Laputa, and of course, My Neighbor Totoro. Wow. I mean, come on. Totoro might be the most
Yeah, come
successful
on.
of them, to
Yeah,
be fair.
recognizable.
But of course, the last I put on my list is the legend Akira. And this thing just banged so hard. I mean, just so hard. This hit like a AAA Hollywood movie in the West. Is how big it was. And anime just doesn't hit like that, right? We've had a few Disney things like Snow White was a big hit, right? Basically made Disney Studios, right? But anime doesn't hit like that. Akira was a phenom. But
Yeah,
nevertheless,
I would almost say that Akira is what made even put anime on the map as far as Japanese cartoons making it all over to the USA.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
in
I heard of
mainstream,
Akira before a lot of other things.
yeah, mainstream's true because in the 70s I was watching plenty of Japanese anime, but it was all UHF, right? It wasn't on the mainstream stuff at all. But I'd say Akira was a huge influence. It's kind of like in the board gaming world, tabletop world. It was Settlers of Catan came over what 90, 91, whenever it was, and that just opened the floodgates to the European board games, and it created the golden age we're sitting in now. And if you don't play board games, you wouldn't know that, but my goodness, this thing was such a hit with Akira. Anyway, that's my list. We'll be taking a look at the top 20 of actual anime people and see what they think and see if there's any crossovers or not. Maybe I'm just stupid and I suck. It could be true. Nevertheless, it is time to go. Jeff, do your honors.
Oh, I thought you were gonna count the
Really?
down from 5 in Japanese.
Sure.
Go, yon, san, ni, ichi. Thank you.
Nice.
Good job. Good job, Jeff. Teamwork. That's what you called it. We planned that. We did.
Yes,
awesome.
it was down to the detail.
It was perfect timing as well there. But does everybody know how to count in Japanese? I wonder. Anime has been popular for so long. I kind of wonder if people actually know.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Yeah, that one.
No, it's
Un,
uno,
dos,
dos,
trois.
tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis.
Thank you. Yeah, no, he's wrong. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know anything.
That is
You
the
gotta keep them separated.
that's the offspring Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Right. It's true. Yeah. But the funny thing is, I do speak a couple of languages, and of course I teach language. But I was a bit surprised as I started doing my thing. Of course, living here in Japan and Asia as well. Do you guys know that English numbers are like the easiest numbers to learn? Because all you need to know, can you count to 10, right? Which most people can do. Can you count to 999, which, is not hard. You just need to know that 100 thing. Then after that, the little comma marks, they have names. And that's it. It's real easy.
Well, that's pretty fly for a white guy.
It is.
I mean,
Keep 'em
counting in
separated.
Japanese is kind of the same, right? Because once you get to 10, it's Q, Kyuichi, Q-ni,
Right, but then you have
Q,
the
in,
Nandaka Man, Nandaka Oku, Nandaka
right.
Cho, right? It's just a little more clumsy. Whereas the English, you just have to memorize the commas, and if you could do 999, you're good.
hmm
So,
All the famous equations of the world are done with those Roman numerals, aren't they? So,
well, these are Arabic numerals, but
or Arabic, I mean, I should say.
yeah, no, they
I'm
are.
sorry.
Yeah, sure, because they're very easy and they're convenient. And unlike a lot of other number systems, it is based upon the Fibonacci, which is, it doesn't really mean anything, but the old people were absolutely obsessed with it. So, yeah,
I know
we're not gonna.
algebra was created in the Middle East.
It was smart people's. Now they just read a single book and kill you if you dare read anything else. So,
Yeah.
yep, it's great, wonderful progress. hmm Oh, is
Yep.
someone doing Cobra,
Mm.
dude?
Maybe.
Dude, is Amaron doing Cobra, or is that Andrew? No, that's
No,
Amaron.
I haven't started yet.
Dude, I had forgotten all about Cobra. This Cobra, right?
Looks
Yep.
like Cobra.
Yeah, geez, dude, I forgot all about that. That's an interesting story, Cobra. Basically, this guy's got. Well, I don't want to give too many spoilers. You should go check it out. But he has like amnesia, right? Kinda. It's a really interesting story. What is it called? Captain Cobra or something like that?
Space Adventure Cobra.
Space Adventure Cobra. There you go. Yeah, I remember Cobra was. Yeah, that's a good show, dude. I completely forgot about that. Oh goodness, my list isn't going to be good, is it? Oh well. I put a lot of Ghibli on my list. I couldn't resist it.
I thought you were getting one of Frank's lists.
Oh no, I'm not doing Frank's today. I'm doing well, who knows? I got it from an actual anime site, and it could be just completely taken over by woke lights for all I know.
Well, most likely, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
When it comes to anime, I was actually just scrolling on Twitter this week, and people are absolutely freaking out currently because there's a new manga coming out called Drama Queen,
Mhm.
which is super anti-immigration because of all the immigration issues that they're having over in Japan.
Right.
And Westerners are freaking out. But of course, these are all like the theater kids that come into anime because, here in the West, it's all like that group of people, high anxiety, social problems, trans kids, autistic kids, all these things coming into the anime thing, and they tend to lean left. But what they don't understand is Japan is a like 60 to 70% conservative leaning country, and so most manga also leans that way. And so they read these things and they're like, this is so problematic, but it's like, no, you don't understand. Manga isn't written with your ideals in mind, but even though you're trying to change it to that. So like that's the whole new controversy that's coming up with all these like fake fans who don't really know about Japan and manga and stuff, and they just want to put their ideals into, from the Western stuff into anime. But
Oh, of
I just
course.
thought that was funny. Drama Queen is like setting off the anime industry right now.
Oh, good. Yeah. No, the Japanese
I
are
saw
quite.
them
Go ahead, dude.
a parade or party for Trump when he won. So
Yeah, no,
I
they're
Oh
like-
figured
yeah,
they're kind
it was
of
they were
right
just hyped.
leaning.
Do you see the animatronic Trump doing his Trump statue doing his dance? That was hilarious.
Oh, speaking of statues, are you going to mention the huge Gundam statue that's in Japan?
There are several huge Gundam statues in Japan.
There's one that's like
There's
a operational giant one, right?
Yep. There's also a Pat Labar, gigantic Pat Labar, full size, actually. There are many giant robot mechs around Japan. They even have their original Tetsuo, the Iron Man, right? Not too far from me, actually. I remember seeing it as a full size statue of him as well.
Astro Boy?
No, no.
Oh, okay. He wouldn't
Iron
be very big.
Iron Man. It's a mecha
Oh,
story. Yeah, he's blue.
oh, neat.
Yeah.
Cool. Blue mecha.
Yeah. But you know the thing with that, Andrew, is even if you do something kind of woke over here, like something that's LGB or something like that, the Japanese don't give a
Mhm.
shit.
Right.
They don't. They like, oh, okay, there's some people like that. That's cool. It's like if the girls, like if you put boobs and stuff, and I've actually seen Westerners, isn't that offending to you? And the girl's like, well, boys like boobs, so it's fine.
The response that I always see is like women over there being like, who doesn't like boobs?
Yeah, that too. That as well. But the girls are like, people like different things, or not girls, the Japanese. People like different things. It's okay. They're very laissez-faire about it, right?
There's a manga about being a superpowered tennis player. Yep, people like different things.
Sure. Actually, 70's, 80's, you got a bunch of sports anime. I didn't
Really?
There's
mention
like
any
a
of those
crazy
because
soccer one, isn't there?
yeah, there is a
Oh,
big one. Captain
Captain
Tsubasa.
Tsubasa.
Yeah, yeah.
so
I
those would fit into this too?
Of course,
Yes.
yes. Particularly Captain Tsubasa, that's 80's for sure. I think there's a volleyball girl one that's what's that called? It's something I think it is. But yeah, they like those over here. Actually, the biggest thing in the past 20 years has got to be that volleyball one.
Haikyuu.
Yeah, that was huge. And of course, during the 90's, late 80's, and was that? Nah, that was 90's. Of course, you had Slam Dunk, which was mega hit, right? They just did a remake of that, and the Japanese lost their mind. But yeah, you can find manga, therefore anime, on any subject, right? I don't know why the Japanese lean anime more than live action. Maybe it was a money thing in the past, or I don't know what it was. But the Japanese don't look at stuff like this. The other kids would bully us. Nerd.
Yeah, that's like one of my biggest gripes as of right now is everybody's trying to change our hobby and like say what they like and not like, and they're coming in and it's like, well, we liked this stuff before you did, and now you're trying to change it even though you like it now, kind of a thing.
It's still
really
the popular kids bullying us. Same thing, dude. And nothing's changed.
well, but that's just it, is like the things that we used to get bullied for, now it's kind of acceptable. So it's like, oh well, let's just all have fun. It's like, no, you guys used to pick on us for this stuff. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Well, that's
Don't
true though.
forgive them.
So I mean, therefore, here in Japan, um, they don't look at it the same way as the older generations looked at cartoons, right? So they will tell any story, whether like I just showed you, Grave of the Fireflies. That ain't no kids film. That's not even
I
close
guess
to it.
maybe it's the scale of something is easier to do in animation in a way. Like I don't know, like although it could have been shot in like kind of location, I guess. Would that have made the production cheaper? Or is
I
that
think
just not a
Well,
philosophy in Japan to always make things cheaper?
they are very
um,
very tight with money. That's true.
yeah, it is a heavy influence from Disney, but it is also the ability to be able to do things cheaper rather than making assets and
Mm,
shooting it live. They can kind of just draw it however they
Right.
want,
That's
and
true.
so they were able to do it. But a lot of it is because of how much they loved the idea of Disney and doing that. And honestly, thank God that's how their culture was influenced, because animation like even Western like 2D animation is probably one of the greatest mediums ever made, and I'm so happy that
mm,
2D is still a huge thing over in Japan, because I really miss all the wonderful 2D things that we had here in the West, especially during the
mm,
90s. Like that was wonderful, because then everything shifted over to 3D because that was even cheaper than drawing it in 2D.
mhm.
Right.
And so
It'll
it's
be AI next. AI is going to
yeah,
take
it,
over,
it
AI's
really
next.
is.
and that yeah,
In AI, you
today's
can say,
kids
"Hey,
are
make this
gonna
look
hate it.
2D."
Yeah,
Ah,
Mhm.
and the Japanese might well use it. They might use that correctly though. They might do because there's a huge industry here. for a mangaka, and anime studios just have kids chained to desks, So I have a feeling that AI is not going to completely replace it. They'll use it. Who knows? I mean,
Right.
who knows?
To
Uh,
Well,
supplement it.
AI can be an awesome tool. Like
It can.
it's like the fact that like I don't use AI, but I have the tools for AI that run
Mhm.
locally on my computer, and I basically generate my own reference, and then I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. Now I'll redraw it, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
It
don't
can be.
use
It
any
can
of
be.
the AI. I just redraw it entirely.
It can be
But it's a
used.
great it's a great
Reference.
generator for like
Yeah.
inspiration and reference.
I think.
Like if
Yeah.
you have an
I
idea.
think. But of course, you're correct. Disney had a huge impact here. Now, if
Mhm.
you ask a Japanese person, they have this. I can't remember what they call it, but it's kind of like this old storytelling thing. And what they'll do is they'll draw these pictures, a whole bunch of pictures, and on the back of these, like these kind of wooden boards, right? They
Mhm.
would write down the dialogue, and they put them in backwards order. And you'll have some grandpa go to the schools or where the kids are,
Mhm.
and he'll sit down and he'll pull the panel out the back and put it in front in this little kind of bottom edge holder, and he'll read the story on the back of the next one, and he'll keep doing that and telling the story. So they've been doing
Hmm.
this for a very, very long time. And if you ask the Japanese, they'll say they think that's the biggest influence in manga of anything, and they're probably right.
Hmm.
So, hey, Zaid Comics is in here. Anyone doing Cyber City? I don't know.
Cyber
That's
City?
90s.
I can look it up.
That's the 90s
Yeah.
for sure. Of
Yeah.
course,
Oh,
you have City Hunter. That's
City Hunter.
80s. Yeah.
boy,
80
it just
Police.
comes up with a bunch of
Is it
pictures
80
of
Police?
cities.
No, that's 90s.
Hmm?
So, no, City
What was
Hunter's
that?
80s for sure. Did they
Yeah,
ever do a go?
Bubblegum Crisis is another big one.
Was that
Yep.
80s though, or 90s?
It was 80s.
It's 80s. Bubblegum Crisis
Yeah.
was great, dude. I did love that one. How about Go-Go 13? They did an
Yeah,
anime for that.
Yep.
When was that though?
80s.
It was in the 80s. Yeah,
Yeah.
the 80s was
83.
so killer, dude.
1983.
My list is not complete.
Yeah. Well, because most of
When
that
was-
manime stuff came out in around the 80s. Because like when Fist of the North Star became popular, everybody wanted to make a anime,
Sure.
and like that's where
Okay.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure came from,
Right.
and Go-Go 13, and all these like really like Hajime no Ippo.
Yeah.
I mean that's been running for longer, but still.
Totoro is another
Mm.
one. Totoro. Tonari no Totoro. Bleh. Tonari no
You know what you're
Totoro.
saying, but
I think
Yeah.
they did a remake of that somewhat recently, didn't they? I think they did. But I know with the older generation, the older dudes, because Go-Go 13 is a much older manga than it is an anime.
Right.
But
Yeah.
with the older generation dudes, that's like their Bible. It's amazing. You go into older dude's house, they have like a little shrine to Go-Go 13 with every single solitary manga, and there's a lot.
I have to look that
Yeah,
up.
it's been running forever.
Yeah, there are a lot. It takes its own shelf. But no, Go-Go
I
Oh,
wanted to
13.
do I wanted to do
it's
Samurai
like
Pizza Cat. That's 90.
Yeah, it is. What was
so
that, Amy?
maybe the-
Hmm.
it looks like it's a spy show or something. There's a
It
fellow
is.
in a suit.
It is.
Oh, okay.
He's an
He's
assassin.
an assassin. Yeah.
Oh,
Crying Freeman.
Crying Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
That one was weird, wasn't it?
that's what I'm drawing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't say it was bad, but it was weird.
Well, I admit when I was looking up reference last week, I was like, oh, I remember that. I never watched it, but I remember those images, seeing them everywhere.
Oh yeah, that
Kind of
tattoo
like
is
the
very
net-
memorable. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drawing the
Yeah,
girl that
man.
looks like the Baroness.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. I'm really. It's cool as hell that that Omron's doing Cobra, dude. That's super cool. Yeah.
Cobra?
Yeah,
Wait.
Cobra. Space Adventure Cobra. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's the show starts off, he's just a dude, and but he has these dreams of him, these fanciful dreams of him being a space pirate with a psycho gun built into his left arm, and he's got this lady
One
that
touch everything.
yeah, right, this lady that adventures with, what's her name?
Dominique.
Adventure Lady.
No, definitely not. What was her
Mrs.
name?
Adventure Lady to you.
Dominique.
Yeah,
Catherine. There's like two of them.
no, I'm talking about the Armoroidina or whatever it was.
Armoron.
No, it was I can't remember it, but it was like a robot lady. But anyway,
Yeah.
and he as time goes by, he eventually runs into a guy who recognizes him as actually being that and immediately tries to kill him. And of course his instincts
Whoa.
kick in. And so somehow he's lost his memory. Why? Adventure ensues.
Oh, that's pretty cool though.
Are you doing Dirty Pair here? What are you doing, late Amy? Oh, there's Omron.
Me?
There's Omron.
Oh. So I'm looking up 80s anime.
There's a lot of good stuff. Just look at the Studio Ghibli. I mean, goodness gracious.
Oh,
That's perfect
okay.
for you. Totoro, Kiki, do Kiki. Or we did Kiki before.
Didn't-
Do like
Kicks,
Nausicaa,
as,
Laputa, or something like that.
as we call it here. Kicks, as we call it here on Drawn and Quarter Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, that's right.
Kicks. Yeah, Kicks. Yeah, I apologize for that. But yeah, no, Kiki's amazing. But yeah, Studio, there's so many great things for you to do. The 80s had everything, from Japan. It wasn't just, manimes, as he said. There's plenty of that stuff. There's plenty of stuff that are cool, like cool little adventures, but they always got a little TNA, which is fine. But then you have stuff like Ghibli, which is just legendary stuff, right?
Oh, speaking
Mhm.
of the TNA stuff, actually, one of the things that I really love about Japan in the '80s and animation is is how they released a bunch of anime that just came out as OVA, where it was like a single DVD of like 1 to 4 episodes that were never aired on TV. I have a whole shelf of just OVA anime that
Mhm.
never
Oof.
actually was televised, and so they basically got to
Original
break all the
video
rules. You got
animation.
yeah,
as
and
it's called.
so like that's where like a lot of Go Nagai stuff went, like so Violence Jack,
All
Yeah,
right.
that's another.
the non TV version of Devilman, uh, Legend of Lemire, Ayane's High Kick, like all these
Mm.
really cool things that only got 1 to 4 episodes, and just came straight out of the '80s. It
Yeah,
was a big
but
thing.
I mean, honestly, the real hentai stuff didn't start hitting until the 90s, though.
Oh no, this isn't hentai. This is just like extreme violence
Yeah, that
with
was the
nudity
80s.
and
Extreme violence was the extreme
yeah, I know,
80s.
and like it was like the rise of Go Nagai and who's the guy who designed the Beetleborgs? He made like Genocyber, MD Geist.
Bubblegum Crisis guy?
I think. Hang on, I got the DVDs right here. Let me just walk over and see.
Big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs.
Let's see.
It's
What does
a
my
great theme
DVD
song.
say?
Really terrible.
Yeah, a lot of good
Starring
fun.
Jay Leno.
Although there are a couple of those in the 90s, there's a couple of those kind of that are sitting on the fence of, ultra violent adult anime and hentai. They sit on the fence. One of those, of course, is one of my favorite of all time, Ninja Scroll.
Oh, yeah.
I would say Ghost in the Shell kind of falls in that category a little bit too, right?
Would Sherlock Hound count?
I would say that is early Miyazaki with his partner before he died, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a cute character.
Yeah, it was actually a big hit. And, I went to, took the kids to the Ghibli Museum here in Japan. And,
Really?
of course, it's
There's a
got
museum?
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh heck yeah!
It's
Wow.
great. And of course, there's an entire room dedicated. I can't remember his name offhand, but that guy. And the thing is, as you're going through and looking at it, you realize he was the better artist. I'm not kidding.
It was
I'm not kidding.
the
Yeah.
Bill Finger.
Yeah, dude. That dude was the better artist for sure, but he died. It was like cancer or something. I can't remember what it was. It was something. He died young. Miyazaki's amazing. He is amazing, but that guy was better. Yeah,
Work
and
work themselves to death, basically. A lot of
Probably.
animators.
Yep.
Yeah.
I found the name, by the way. It's Koichi Ohara. Have you heard of him?
No.
It was like him and Go Nagai would basically compete to be the most violent and nasty as far as like making like super content like that.
Yeah.
And Koichi
Well,
Ohara is one of my favorites. Genocyber is awesome. If you haven't seen Genocyber, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I
rented
mean,
it
that's
back in the day.
Fist
Oh,
of
really?
the North Star's fault.
Sure. Yeah.
I couldn't believe when my
Okay.
wife said that was her favorite show as a kid. I was like, what?
Oh, how could you not? Fist of the North Star is awesome.
It is
I have
awesome. It's amazing.
I have
but-
all of Fist of the North Star, including the manga and the show and the movies and everything. I love Fist of the North Star.
It's good. And the story's really good. It's a post-apocalyptic story. But it is pretty violent for kids, I think, don't you?
But the interesting thing is that was considered a shonen anime.
Well, it was probably
Like,
came out in Jump originally, yeah.
Yeah, so like it was considered shonen, and which was awesome for me because it's like, yeah, why can't shonen have male role model protagonists like Kenshiro now? Now they have to be whiny little boys. They have to be Kenshiro. They have to be tough. They have to want to be the hero, right?
Well,
Right.
miss that.
maybe less graphic violence.
No, the violence is pretty brutal in some of those.
Well,
actually.
I mean, in the TV cut of Fist of the North Star, they would like shadow out whenever the guys would explode. But in the movies, they would explode into a cloud
Sure.
of blood.
That's true.
But on TV, it would, like they would either use white or shadow.
They would go into black and white, yeah. But Blue Moon has started.
We were waiting for this.
Hot take here. Lethal Weapon is the best Christmas movie.
Die Hard's better.
Die Hard's a
Die
better
Hard-
Christmas movie. It's the eternal one.
Batman Returns is in the running there.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
And the local cable.
And Die Hard
I'm
too.
have
Mr.
a
Heat
selection of-
Miser. I'm Mr. Sun, I think it is.
Someone
Oh, someone
posted
pointed out that Rambo also takes place during Christmas.
Really?
Yeah,
It does, yes.
Mm.
So they were all Christmas
That's
movies.
Yeah, all of them. Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna do a Santa First Blood.
That
But
one's more
we do have a
Christmas.
Rosa in here. We do have a Thunder Rat. He's muted himself, but he is here, and I've been showing his art. Nice to have you in here, Jason. Are you got to talk to us or no? Or wait, what's the deal? Oh, shh.
No.
Go ahead.
I can't hear him.
I can't hear him. Damn. Oh well.
Is your mic not working?
That's all right. Happy to have you here anyway, dude. Some people have mic
Absolutely.
issues. I don't know what that is, but we do have a Rosa, and she's old enough to remember the 80s.
I'm old enough. Yes, I'm going to choose Macross, which I think is in that time period pretty much.
Did you not hear the rules of this channel?
She
No.
said it.
You're not
What?
allowed to say the word macros on my channel. You have to say Robotech, the correct word.
Okay, Robo freaking tech.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you,
I'm
Rosa.
here late. I thought I was coming in early. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be early tonight. No, I've been sick all weekend. I'm sitting here going, I'm going to be early. I'm going to get there. And here you come on, what is 7 freaking o'clock? What is
Yeah.
this?
You know, Rosa, I have
Daylight savings.
It's artists. It's just artists. I've said this many times. Rosa.
I'm sorry. It's just weird. Now it's later and now it's earlier and I just jump in whenever
Sure.
with
We
Robo.
appreciate
That's the
you
way to
being
go.
here.
That's the way to go. We just started anyway. You're fine. But no, it has to do with my schedule. I don't have bendable schedules. I have a
Yeah.
window, and that window cannot move.
Well, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Love you enough that we show up
Well,
even
thank you.
if it's in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Just
So,
to be there.
And you're not feeling
right,
good.
7
And
o'clock
you
is
still made
usually
it.
not considered minute of the day, but all right. Then.
Close
But
enough.
no,
Oh,
I
With
appreciate
Rosa being in here.
I appreciate you.
I love you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh dear, Sarah.
Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, I'm sorry. With Rosa being in here, she's our topic next week. We're going to do her book.
Oh my
Oh,
God. Wait, I didn't-
And you keep forgetting.
I don't forget. It's just the holidays are creeping up, man. It's like everything.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Rosa, we need a title. We need reference. Whatever you can
Alright.
provide for next week.
It's
All right,
okay.
now, y'all
Amron's just going to do a Rosa pinup. So
what you
Ah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I said that'll be. And,
Draws a
do
sexy
you want?
lady.
I should. You want me to
I'm
dump it
pregnant.
all over in reference? Do you want me to dump it all over there? Is where I need to put it.
Yeah,
do
that'd be
that.
great.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
just let it all out. Yeah.
I'll just kind of stuff.
Amron, this is so on model, dude. It's so good, dude. I don't know how many of you guys know Cobra.
Cobra. You're talking
I
mean,
feel
yeah.
like
Amy
it's
from
one of
Cobra?
Nineties
Very few.
re-release of the movie.
Yeah, that character.
Nineties re-release movie with the yellow soundtrack.
Ah.
Yellow.
Guys, I have to
The
step out
band
for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay, Jeff.
Okay.
Thank you.
Harmon.
Die Hard's not even close to Lethal Weapon. I'm kind of with you on that, Doug. I do like them both, but Lethal Weapon is the better movie.
I do love it.
Very
We
cool.
were
Holy
actually
shit.
just watching that at work not too long ago.
Lethal
Literally
Weapon.
this week. Yeah.
At work, if you're watching Lethal Weapon, I mean, just
It
work.
was on in the break room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
That's cool.
But it's
We'll
also
allow
the
it.
slow season because we're a pool warehouse and it's the winter, so we don't sell anything.
Oh,
fair.
okay.
That's fair.
The
But yeah, no,
supplies.
it's because I mentioned Dirty Pair. But that's okay. It doesn't get the love it deserves. Everyone thinks it's a hentai, right?
Mhm.
No.
A lot of people
Also
do.
have a dirty pair that
actually,
gets
dude.
no love.
A lot of people do.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah, it's kind of like Rama. A lot because of the way she's dressed, the little devil girl. A lot of people, Western people, think it's some kind of hentai. Of course, there's nothing hentai about it, right? I think you would probably offend the Japanese saying that, actually.
Mm, Probably yes.
Yeah. Rama's super cute.
Hmm.
Oh, I freaking love Ranma.
Rum?
It's just a little
Um,
Japanese anime that was very popular.
Oh,
Do you mean
that's a
Loom?
character.
Ranma is from Ranma Half, right? I think you mean
Yeah.
Lum.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, Loom. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Loom.
right. The
Oh,
RL
did
thing,
I
right.
say that
Everyone was
wrong?
nice.
Loom, the
Lum?
little devil girl. Thought it was Rama.
Oh, the one with the tiger swimsuit, right?
Mm,
Yeah, that's Lum.
that's Lum. Okay, sorry, I was wrong. I thought that was Rama.
Oh, no, it's okay.
That was like recently remade, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Urusei Yatsura.
yeah. Urusei
Got it
Yatsura.
on, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, if we did 90s, then things like Lane would come in and
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
Best show ever.
That was such a good
Sailor
show.
Moon.
It amazes me how much Lane stays in my head though,
Hmm.
because I
Oh, and
really
the Devil
love
Man.
that thing, dude. And we didn't get any more of it. It's the thing that pissed me
Mm.
off
Wow, these colors are cool.
because there was a
So,
really neat cosmology they could have run with that, dude.
Lane? L-A-N.
Lane, Lain, Lane.
Oh.
And knowing the Japanese,
L-A.
it's probably supposed to be rain. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just I love that.
What an interesting character.
It is, and it's and the thing is, it certainly has been. It was influenced somewhat from the telekinetics of Akira, of course. It's probably
Hmm?
purely inspired by Akira, that part of it anyway.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Andrew, you know Lane.
I know of it, but I've never seen it actually.
Oh, I love that thing, dude. There's a couple things that I would change because it has a couple of moments
Mhm.
of the stupid Japanese girl in it,
Does
which
she
I
sing?
hate. No, you know, that crap.
So,
Yeah.
no.
But I don't know. It's just so killer, dude. The
Anime
idea.
dialogue always killed me.
What was it?
Hello?
Oh yeah, yeah. Hello.
Anime
Hey,
dialogue
we
just-
have Jason.
Okay.
A Thunder Rat is with us.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah.
Hello?
In
It's
a while, so I kind of forgot how to use this
Mm.
sword.
That's okay.
Nice.
You're using it, and of course we're seeing your art, so that's the most important part anyway.
It's
Heck
great to
yeah.
hear. Oh,
We're here.
sure.
We're queer. We're tired of all these bears.
And now we
Yes.
now we get to tell you in person when we get to the end how awesome your art is. So
Yeah.
you know.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's true.
That's cool.
Did
Now, who did you decide to draw?
Who, me?
yeah,
Mhm.
you
Lock the Superman.
Lock the Superman. Oh, that sounds cool.
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
Lock
he's
the
supposed to be legendary Esper that fights evil Espers.
Okay, so it's one of those influenced ones. Yeah, there's a whole little like a mini genre of psychokinesis type stuff in Japan.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I love that stuff. Yeah, I just mentioned Lane, of course. That's 90s now. But I might be interested in checking
Very
that out. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, the Japanese have got they have an imagination, and
which is great.
which is great, and their imagination loves to use Western things, but it's from their Oriental point of view, so therefore it feels fresh, right?
hmm That's awesome, though.
It is, yeah,
Be able to look at things and look at something, admire it, interpret it through your own eyes, and create something unique. That's awesome.
yeah. And I would
It is
say 90% of anime never makes it out of Japan anyway.
That's hard to believe.
Well,
I
which
mean,
is much less now because
Maybe
because
that's
of
probably
streaming
true.
services.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not an untruthful statement, right?
No, no.
mm,
That's actually what's amazing. Even with the streaming services, there's still you get to look at all of the releases that are coming out in Japan,
Mhm.
but a lot of them are not even assigned to a Western streaming service. They just don't have a slot at all. So
Yeah, yeah. It's just too abundant, and of course,
mm,
that's not even talking about manga. I mean, I hear that bookstores in the West are kind of not a thing anymore.
mm.
mm,
But over here, you have lots of bookstores, but they also have bookstores that are just dedicated to manga, and they are
hmm.
large and they are
Even the
full.
secondhand bookstores for
Oh,
manga.
hands off,
Oh,
yeah.
I love those. I love
Book
those
off,
so
hands
much.
off, yeah. Yeah, those
And
things are huge.
Mandarake.
Yeah,
Oof,
yeah,
love them. I love them
yeah,
so much.
yeah. It is a thing. It is a very popular big thing over here, and it's cool. Then of course you have people who don't read any manga at all as well. But it is
That's kind of sad.
yeah. Well, I mean the thing is we were mentioning earlier, the Japanese actually in a weird way are quite tolerant. About
hmm
anything. People like different things, as I said before. They don't have a problem with things that the West would screech and yell about. But at the
Right.
same time, they are racist.
Hmm.
So you got that,
Mm.
and they're not
Okay.
apologetic about it.
Wow, it's almost like they want to preserve their homogenous society. That's crazy.
It's
What a
weird,
weird thing to want.
real
How
weird.
dare they?
Yeah, yeah,
It is cool that they're all right with enjoying different kinds of art and kind of interpreting it their own way,
sure.
or even enjoying it the way other people present it as something that someone else has created, and that's still something that has value.
Oh yeah, no, they have no problem with all of that. They love storytelling. One of the things I think it throws a lot of foreigners off when they come over here and they watch Japanese TV. It's so brain dead and stupid. It's a bit of a shock to the system. And you're like, well, what does that mean? And of course, the important thing to understand with the Japanese and entertainment, and manga is not entertainment. But with entertainment for them, they work hard all day at work. They come home, and all they want to do is just shut their brain off and laugh a bit, right?
Hmm.
So their TV, their variety shows, which are abundant, are brain dead stupid. I mean, my God, they're stupid. But
Until they put
there's
the snakes in the tank. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that they do that shit too. But yeah, I think it throws a lot of foreigners off because they don't understand it because Japanese are not stupid people. I mean,
No, of course not.
spend 5 minutes here and you'll know that. But it's just their philosophy, I think. But
Hmm.
they don't consider manga entertainment, though.
No.
No, that falls
Oh,
under hobby, and hobby should be taken very seriously.
is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not something you do for fun. That's something you do with some kind of passion.
You excel at.
It's actually kind of amazing to think about all of us here who have our own indie publications and whatnot, and we're successful to certain degrees, but none of us have really exploded big time. That had we started doing this over in Japan, that there is a likelihood that we just boot up our own website, we start publishing online, that some publisher may have picked us up because it's so abundant over there.
Yeah.
That and they're actually actively looking for new artists and new material for people to read.
They are.
That's
No,
cool.
that's true. And of course, he's right. It's in the past, I don't know what, decade maybe, less than a decade. It's really opened up in the West. It really has. But you got to keep in mind over here, the Koreans, Chinese, Southeast Asians, certain parts of India, they are mad about Japanese anime, and of course manga, so their market is way bigger than you think. It's not just Japan, right? They make a lot of money in China, and of course, it goes with the wins because anytime the CCP does something, egregious, they blame the Japanese always. That's their go-to. And then of course you'll see videos come out of people burning literal mountain size of manga just piled up high.
Which is hilarious because all they do over there in both Korea and China is copy anime
I know.
and the style.
I know.
I mean, the most popular thing to ever come out of China is Genshin Impact, and it's just anime.
Yeah, it is. But then of course things will go back to normal and they'll start buying manga in droves. But it's just the way it goes here. It's just the way it
Peanut
goes.
butter and
Yeah, that's
jealous.
not display.
Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. I never understood that line.
It doesn't matter. That was the most important part.
I think it's supposed to be a station wagon that's brown and has like purple interior or something. I think Melissa read about it once, and it was like a station wagon supposed to have like wooden paneling or something like that. But if you ask her about it, she can tell you more detail.
But
it had like a
thus the baseball bat.
Okay. Yeah, the baseball bat refers to the wood paneling, the wood trim on the outside of the car. Yeah,
that's funny.
That's interesting. It is hilarious video though. It is. Doug has perked. We've perked his interest. Burning manga, I think, just brought a tear to my eye. Good job, Doug.
Well, we know Doug's gonna be doing.
He's protesting. He's protesting. I mean,
books.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Doug. You gotta. Yeah, I mean, you must at least appreciate Studio Ghibli. I mean, at a minimum, right?
He's like, I have to appreciate nothing.
That's fair. He doesn't. That is true.
He's Doug. He can do what he wants.
He can. He can. I'm still extremely pleased that I'm seeing Cobra on the screen, though. I didn't anticipate that getting done. And
I wonder who he's gonna vote for.
Eric isn't sharing with us yet, so I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I don't know.
I'm watching a football game too, so.
Football.
Oh, that's okay.
Lions are playing right now, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then they're gonna lose. You know that.
Actually, the Detroit Lions are doing
11-1.
pretty dang well this year.
What is the universe flipped upside down or something?
Yeah, they're doing pretty dang good.
I'll tell you, last year every game I watched, they lost, and this year every game I haven't watched, they've lost. They've only lost one game. I've watched every other game.
So it's the karma. You have to be there. I get that. I understand that.
Yeah,
but it's kind of a general rule. The Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings, they just lose.
That's what they do.
Not this year.
Yeah, the Great Lake teams just aren't really got it going on, except for that one cheesy one.
That's who they're playing tonight.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Cheesy team.
Yeah, the
and
cheesy
they're up,
one.
Lions are up 7-0.
And of course, the Super Bowl trophy is named after the cheesy one's legendary quarterback. Although
Vince Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi. I was more of a fan of the Cowboys' old legend coach, though. He was pretty cool.
Tom Landry.
Tom Landry, baby. Yeah, that was a cool dude. That little Polish guy. that for the Green Bay Packers. He looks a bit shady to me.
What? You can't just say it was shady.
I can say that. Look at him. Go look at Lombardi. He looks shady.
He does not look
He
shady.
does. Yeah,
He
yeah.
looks very
Those
shady.
buck teeth, those big Coke bottle glasses.
He looks shady. Yeah.
Can't
Tom
trust
Landry's a
him.
man's man. That's a man. That's an American. That's John
Definitely.
Wayne right there.
Hmm.
Hey, I gotta admit, Tom Landry was.
Go the football partner.
Yeah, that's funny.
Whoa.
No kidding. I know people who still name their kids Landry because of Tom Landry.
Yeah.
Wait,
They're both great coaches. They're both great coaches. Yeah.
the original Mario Brothers: The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach came out in 1986.
What?
There you go.
Oh, sure.
There you go.
Ah,
Okay,
jeez.
I know what I'm drawing.
What? You were already doing something. But yeah,
Did
no,
I share my
Nintendo, of
screen? I
course.
don't remember if I shared my screen.
You are, and I see
Oh,
that
okay.
you're doing
Here.
a ninja girl, I guess, and she's
Let
upside down.
me.
Yeah.
Let me. What?
Oh, I
Make
could have Sherlock Hound and Princess Toadstool Peach.
Is that the Baroness?
Oh, she looks like the Baroness. Even in the reference picture, she looks like the Baroness. Her name's
What?
Emo Hino from
Emo.
Crime Freeman.
Crime Freeman, yeah.
Emo.
It's good looking Peach
Maybe it'll
got
look
going
better.
in there.
Maybe it'll look better when it's colored. But yeah, she looks definitely like the Baroness. I think
She
that's why
does
I
look like
kind
the
of wanted to
Baroness,
draw
yeah,
her. Yeah,
for sure.
the sword.
But we got some interesting things going on, that's for sure, and that's neat. And we got Jason Gonzalez in here, which is always neat.
Awesome. Always glad to have a Jason's in.
Doug. Oh, Doug. Goodness gracious. I tried to convince him that Studio Ghibli was the way to go, and he's like, no.
Actually, I think the no was in response to. Oh no, maybe maybe you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
no, it's definitely.
It doesn't matter. It's all no. That's
It's
all we know.
just
Is
no.
It's all no.
Yeah.
Well, he might
Just
like that giant testicle Studio Ghibli cartoon.
Oh, Pompoko.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Tanuki one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanuki.
Tanuki. I see him all the time around here. That and the Mujina. Of course, we don't have Tanukis in the West. The raccoon dogs, we don't have that. We have Mujina though. We call it a badger. Yeah, I see them all the time around here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just wandering, or just like the stone ones?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. They're nasty little shits. Tanuki are more. Then I wouldn't say they're friendly, but they're more skittish, and therefore they don't growl that bare their teeth at you. We got pine martens all over the place as well.
Pine martens are awesome.
They're pretty little ferrets. It's neat when you see them just kind of walking around. We have rabbits, although they're rare. Lots of deer, but Indian deer. I'm still curious how they ended up in Japan. We have boar, of course, monkeys, and of course we have little teeny baby sugar baby flying squirrels, little teeny ones.
Oh, sugar babies.
They are super cute. No, they are cute. I used to I still teach for the government at the adult nighttime, community center English teacher thing, right? But they moved location. They built this huge waste of money building, civic center. But anyway, the old place. Every time I always park my car in the faculty parking, right? And it was just near a bunch of trees that are near the sacred, Barony Mountain here. And every time I come out, I'd always be 2 or 3 little sugar babies sitting on the roof of my car, and I'd look at them and say, "What do you think you're doing?" They would kind of turn their heads at me and then jump off. So it was great.
We call those hood rats.
Want to buy some weed?
No, dude, they're wicked, super cute. It's like illegally cute,
I want to take.
Is there a national animal of Japan?
Yeah.
Yes, the Japanese crane.
More like a sandhill crane.
This sounds kind of
Does
boring.
it land on your floor typically?
Boring.
Yeah, well, it's kind of fits with the whole, Shindo Zen thing of Japan, though. you know, it is what it is.
All right.
What's the what's that? A Japanese dog, an Akita?
There are dogs called Akita Kens.
And there's Shiba.
You get Shiba Kens. You get all of the different areas of Japan kind of have their own breed, really. But the Akitas are mainly a hunting dog. So you don't see
I always
them.
found it. I always found it funny that here in the States, people who had Shiba Inus would always call them Shiba Inu dog, as in like if Shiba Inu was the whole name, but Inu means dog, so you're basically saying Shiba dog.
Deep dog, deep dog, deep dog.
No, Inu just means dog. Yeah. Well, we actually have a place, one of those little, because a lot of places in Japan, they get their name because in the old days, of course, before all the modern cars and highways and stuff, the in Japan, of course, there were horses, but it was only the high class people had a horse. The average person would just take a little cart and pull it themselves, and they would take the little trails going between cities for trade. And of course, we have one here between Psyche and Oita City. Of course, it's been there for centuries and centuries and centuries. But of course, along that, they tend to follow the river for good reason. And you'll find all these little towns. And when the highways or the bigger roads come through, and then the highways, of course, it moves traffic away from them. Right?
Yeah.
It happened in America, same thing. Route 66, of course, is very famous in that regard. But there's one little place up here, and it's right on the river, and it got lucky to be caught not on the highway, but on the first big road they put through decades ago. So it still gets passerbys. And there's actually a few very famous mangaka from that town for some reason. That little town produces a lot of manga people. However, their main produce, the main thing they make in that are dogs.
Really?
And it's literally called Inukai. Which is interesting. Dog Town.
Dog Town.
Yeah. It's a very, very, very clever naming convention they have here. Yeah. But it's kind of it's funny when you think about, if you really take a minute to think about the name of your town, it's probably not very clever at all, right?
It's usually the name of a person founded it
or something dumb like Standing Tree or Rocky Mountain or River Run.
I'm still trying to figure out
Fieldton.
my town.
What was that?
Something extremely.
So I'm still trying to figure out that. I've always been trying to figure out what that means for my town, but I don't know if I want to dox myself.
Well, you could type it to me, and I can tell you what it means.
I'm kidding. I can just say it. I'm kidding. I can just say it. It's Braintree, like literally brain tree, and it's bizarre. Like it. It's a weird town name when you think about it. So.
Yeah, well, I do know that place.
Weirder than Worcester?
I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
that's why I was able to say it to you, because I figured you actually know where that was.
Sure. Well, of course, the original is in Essex, in England, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Let's see here.
As most places here are.
Yeah, no, that's true. New England is called New England for a reason, without question. But of course, it was brought over. But basically, that name is coming as a family name out of the Doomsday Book from 1,000 years ago, right? And it's actually would be pronounced Branchiteru or Branchiteru. It's more Frenchy than I can say. I've been here too long. But it doesn't mean brain or tree at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a French word, which means
that was an unfortunate time to drop in.
Was it? Yeah. But basically, what it means is, once again, I apologize for the boringness of it, but a town that is by the river.
We do have a couple.
Yeah, but that's what it means.
Ah, yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. But a lot of those kind of weird ones are actually just French stuff that came over during the
unironically French.
The
Yeah, well, they came
French.
over during the Norman invasions, right? So,
Mm.
so if you have a weird name place and you're anywhere near New England, it's probably French.
Like that
Interesting.
joke about the Native American father who's naming his daughter.
Mhm.
I'll call her the first thing we see. Her name is Standing Deer.
Mhm.
Why do you call her that? Why do you ask? Two dog shitting.
Kawaii, so it's so sad. So sad.
That's
Yeah,
great.
that is great. Oh well, Native Americans. But you know, the funny thing is, with all the French influence in America that's been recently wiped out of existence. But you know, the one that always caught my attention the most, and I know it's one of those things why waste your time thinking about it, but I can't help myself.
Not me.
Thomas Jefferson was a president.
Mhm.
He's also considered a bit of a genius
Mhm.
and one of the true
Mhm.
fathers of America. You know, that guy.
Mhm.
And of
Yeah.
course, Napoleon was having himself a little bit of trouble, and he needed some money, so he sold us a little stretch of land there, in the
Mhm.
Louisiana Purchase, of course. But the French had been there for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Almost over a century, right? And but then almost immediately after that, but very shortly after that, he enlisted these two guys, one named Lewis and the other one named Clark, to head out and kind of map itself to the West Coast. And I'm always curious about that because it's like, what, the French didn't make maps?
Nope. Apparently not.
I was being
That
sarcastic.
Indian girl that helped them. What was
Sacagawea.
her name? Elizabeth Warren.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought it was Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. That's right. I mispronounced it. I love that from.
She's also from my state,
Oh yeah. Oh
unfortunately.
yeah. No, she is. Yeah, she's a annoying one. But that the night at the museums are a bit of a guilty pleasure. My family loved them. I know they're dumb as hell. But I just thought they were hilarious. But I love the guy
Oh yeah, me
playing
too.
Oh, but
Custer. He was playing General Custer, and he said,
Yes,
"Sacagawea,
he's hilarious, bro.
Sacagawea." Yeah.
Oh, that was Bill Hader, right?
Sacagawea. Huh? What was that?
I think it was Bill Hader.
It might have been.
Bill
Yeah.
Hader.
Yeah. Well, that one also had Robin Williams playing Teddy Roosevelt. So
oh
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah.
The third one was literally his last movie, which is sad.
Was it? I didn't know
Yeah, it was actually literally his last movie, and like
Wow.
and after that he killed himself.
that. Yeah. Well, they found out he had brain worms, so maybe a doctor would have been
But
helpful. But it's sad. But
Yeah,
because Robin's just awesome, and he was great as Teddy.
he was. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Favorite president.
He was a pretty good president, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he really was.
Rough Rider.
Mhm.
The Rough Riders.
It's actually a couple of really good, really honest movies about Teddy Kennedy because he lived two lives, really.
Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt. I'm sorry. I mean, you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Teddy
You know what I mean.
Kennedy.
A Ted Kennedy one
Teddy
would be
Kennedy.
interesting, though.
That would be interesting. That'd be a lot more death. Well, not really. Not really.
whoa, whoa.
But Teddy, he of course, was a kind of typical politician pushing for war because for political power, and of course, and he wanted to be in the lead because he was trying to make face. He was very standard politician, disgusting type one, right? But he went out and he did it. He went to war, and he found that there wasn't anything good about it, and he found out that it was really disgusting what was happening, and it changed him in such a dramatic way that he actually became a president who did the right thing. Boy,
It's
why is that
curious
rare?
I'm almost
Why
out there.
is that rare?
because people go in
I
and they
mean-
never get out of politics. That's why.
I mean, he didn't pardon his crack addict pedophile son.
Yeah, but I mean, how
Ooh.
many people actually care about that? I mean, the Democrats are all pissed off about it, but I mean, come on, it's his kid. And it's not like the crime they got him on is the actual crime anyway, right? I mean, what did they get?
Yeah.
Oh, he
That
illegally
kind of makes it even
boned.
worse.
It does in a way.
They
But
try to pardon him from shit from 2014. It's like 10 years
Well,
of absolute
11.
debauchery.
It was it was 11. That's what John
the-
Stewart actually had a great bit on that, where he's just like, "That's not even a round number. Can we get it to be a round number? What happened 1 year extra than 10 that you have to get
Burisma
11
happened.
years?"
Burisma happened. That's why, right?
I know
So
it was a really funny bit.
yeah.
Now,
Well,
when everybody talks about how awesome it is that it's his son, he feels the need to do that. He has a granddaughter that he won't that he refuses to acknowledge. Anybody that says, "Oh, I love family," and they refuse to acknowledge a little baby granddaughter,
well,
don't give me.
she
Oh,
probably
he can't.
wouldn't let him smell certain things, Rosa.
Dude, I'm serious, man. Baby granddaughters are awesome. You couldn't peel me
Yeah,
off
but he's
one.
probably not allowed to be next to Grandpa. Grandpa touchy.
Well, one of his
Oh, yeah.
one of his grandchildren or niece or something like that. He liked taking showers with her.
Oh,
that was his daughter.
Daughter? Oh, that's better.
Oh yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah,
So much better.
fine. Yeah,
You know,
much better.
and not in the way that most people in the world will, take baths with their little kids. She was like what, a teenage girl or something?
Yeah,
Like
13, 14.
full-bodied girl, and he's taking showers with her. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
they
not
were
creepy.
conserving.
It'd be a little
They,
different after like
they were
a
conserving water, environment and all.
Oh,
For a nice dose of lettucillin.
I just accepted something. I shouldn't have probably done that. Anyway, but I'll learn. What are you doing exactly, Amy? I kind of recognize this character. Amy.
Amy.
Gone.
No, she's ignoring me. Okay.
Huh? What?
Oh, okay.
I said, what are you drawing?
Oh,
Give us the goods.
I guess I'm drawing Mario's.
Oh,
Or
this Peach.
Princess Peach.
Princess Peach, like 80's
And they've
version.
got-
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think that'll be fun. The toads are kind of fun too. They had cool hats.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to
And
volunteer
what are
what
you
I'm trying
drawing,
to do.
Andrew?
It's Ranma.
It's Rama. Yeah.
Rama? Okay.
And
Is that
I
Mom?
don't have Amy. Amy's not displaying. Melissa is.
Oh, is it not?
Honey's
Oh,
doing.
okay.
I can see
Well,
Honey's, but I
see if
can't
can
see
get some
yours.
pictures.
Yeah.
Did you say Sugma?
Rama 1/2, I think is what it was. Let's see. We very nice. We also got another Jason here, Mr. Motion, of course.
Hey, how are
What are
you?
you working on today, Jason?
Oh, I'm actually working on Voltron right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That is kind of cheating.
No, it's
Voltron.
It's 80s.
It is 80s, but it's
What?
a little bit,
Are those
little bit cheating, a little bit.
How is it cheating?
now extra points if you do the car version?
Oh no,
The what?
no, that is what we call negative points.
Negative.
Make them a speed racer.
Speed Racer would be fun, but
The
I think he's
reason,
really.
yeah, no, Voltron is. I guess you can use it. I suppose I'll allow it.
It's anime.
Yeah, but it's one of those Power Rangey things, dude.
Still anime.
Hey,
I
Still
love
anime.
Voltron because they did a good job with it. But it's do keep in mind there are several different animes glued together to create Voltron.
Correct.
Yes.
But they did the same thing with Robotech, and you say Robotech.
Shh.
Hey, I'm just calling it as I sees it.
Goodness gracious. People and their opinions.
Opinions abound.
Yeah, but see, Robotech was necessary because the crap that it was taking from was crap. You see,
Too much singing in it.
way too much singing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no singing allowed in my badass mech battling stuff.
How about modern?
No, what? What if
how
the
about
mechs get a
Astro
microphone
Boy
and get to
modern?
sing?
Yeah, really.
Two people were talking. I missed that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay,
Astro
Amron,
Boy,
go first.
the Astro Boy series, the more modernized one.
Astro Boy had singing in it.
No.
Can we ask Cameron what he had for lunch now, or do we have to wait till the end?
I don't know the rules on that, Jeff.
It's your freaking show.
Well, yeah, but I'm a people pleaser, Jeff.
That is true. I can tell that.
Yeah. That, Jesus, Eric, that might be the most outrageous thing I've ever said in my life.
Well, it's a stretch.
It is. It's a stretch. Yeah. My wife says, well, one thing about you is you have no problem saying no. It's true. I'm quite decisive in that regard.
I think you still like to do things with people and try and make sure everybody's having a nice time where it concerns you.
That was sarcasm.
Oh.
Actually, one of my worst points is I don't know how to say no. Actually,
Oh.
yeah, especially when it comes to like professional stuff. Yeah, I'm really bad about it. Many times I should say no, but I don't. I'm like, okay, fine, and they know it, and they take advantage of it.
Entirely.
What?
Can you independently fund my comic for me?
Yeah.
Well, so you know, I am safe in this regard because my wife's in charge of the money.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I have a
But
wallet.
Chester said, yeah, I'll just go to her and say, but Chester said yes, and you know.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
had
for
never met
fun.
my wife before.
And
let's
He's
see.
the man, so you know it's got to go.
Yeah.
He is the head of the household, after all.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
Mhm.
Let's see. I have my wallet, so let me see what I got in here. I have in the bill area. There's nothing. That is empty.
Not even a receipt. I usually have
No,
receipts.
she takes them immediately. I'm required to keep all receipts, by the way.
You don't even get the receipts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see what's in the penny compartment. There's 4. There's 4 of those.
Pennies.
Okay,
Good.
We're up to 4
Andrew,
yen. Okay.
Nice.
He might not pay you, but
That's a whole-
you do get to rub the fertility shrine.
Well,
That is true.
no, in Japan, the fertility shrine rubs you.
Oh, that
Wow.
sounds.
Now that was a good one.
What a country!
What a country! Yeah. Let's see. What do I got here in the other coin pocket? I got this thing. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 1,204 yen. So basically, that's about $8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
quite a
but
bit.
You could pay for like a month and a half of my comic book.
do it now.
Yeah. But of course, over here in this other pocket, there's a little card, and that's what I usually use. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have money. Don't need it.
Yeah.
You have your wife, and that's enough.
You got people for that.
Yeah, I don't need it. I never carry money. There's no need for it.
No, a lot of people really don't. It's kind of funny how uncommon that is. I guess it's still legal to tender for all debts, public and private, but
Well, I mean, it is interesting because Japan is actually still mostly a cash culture.
It
You
is.
can't even use credit cards in most places.
Yeah. It's getting a little bit better. It's been getting a little bit better. When I first came here, it was ridiculous, and the ATM machines shut down at 6 o'clock punctually.
What?
So if you didn't have money in your pocket, you ain't doing nothing that night.
I still have all my coins here in America because I know I'm going to go back at one point. So I was like, I'm just going to keep all these coins with me.
Yeah, why not? I do the same thing. I got money from all over the world. Yeah, it's kind of a
I
collectible thing.
I collect coins and I love them, and I'm not parting with it. I always keep cash around just because you never know when you might need it.
Yeah, you never know.
Change can actually be pretty useful. Just just have a lot in a jar, and you can actually have quite a bit. So
yeah. We just had to trade in a whole bunch of cash. Well, I didn't. She did. Because they just changed the currency here for the first time since I've lived here. So
Really?
yeah. They changed all the faces and stuff, so you have to turn your money and get. They don't charge you for it, but it's just an update.
Oh, that's interesting.
We do that in Mexico too.
Yeah.
I keep mine,
Mexico,
buddy.
you always see a bunch of different change, and you have to. Some of it is not valid because it was like last season's change.
Right. Now, here in Japan,
Wow.
it'll be a decade or more before they make it completely defunct. There's a lot of old people. They're not going to be like that.
Yeah, no.
But yeah. And it's always interesting. The Japanese money doesn't have any famous people on them. They're all like scientists and stuff.
Huh.
Yeah.
You don't have any
Have
famous
they made
science.
anything interesting?
No, nobody interesting at
No.
all. It's all dumb.
All boring. Okay.
Yep. Yep. This guy created something that fought disease, but it was the Germans that created it. But he helped. So
Cool.
That's weird. What
Good
did
job,
Japan
Colin.
and Germany do at the same time? That's funny.
No.
During
Yeah.
science.
I don't know if you did this as well. You could have if you wanted, but because we're foreigners, NHK and other filmmaking, Toei and stuff like that, it's very easy to get into a movie here, right?
Really?
NHK is like their BBC. It's their main TV thing, right? I have been in several of their TV dramas, right? And in each one of them, I don't speak at all. I am usually portrayed as a German in a lab coat.
Ooh.
German.
Very
Und
German.
Chester.
Which is funny because there's nothing German about me. But I just big tall white guy. But
Very funny.
yeah. But now the turn of the 20th century, there was quite a bit of activity between Germany and Japan.
Yep.
Ooh, make my und Busby.
Dude, they even gave me a pipe to chew on in one of them.
Oh,
you-
nice.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Cool.
funny.
Yeah.
Very sophisticated.
Very, very. I was very scientist looking in the background. I was I had motivation.
There you go.
Mhm.
So, what were you a scientist of?
Well, one of them was chemistry. The other one was medical science, and the other one was something to do with was he a
Robot?
doctor or Mr. Diesel?
Miss Diesel.
Vin
That sounds
Diesel.
like
Gonna make you a doctor of vaginomics.
Yeah, that would have
Gotcha.
been. I would have liked that. I might have done that for free.
Finger guns.
But the good thing that came out of it, though, is that of course, they pay us a little bit, right? But I actually got my band on TV multiple times because of interacting with NHK. So that was cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're
a
a
plus.
white person over here, particularly a white man, you can be in any kind of drama you want. Just show up, say, "Hey, I'm white. Put me in something."
They'll be like, okay.
Yeah. It's real easy.
They make you the face of genital warts or something. I'll suck.
Yeah. Well, if you don't speak Japanese, there could be a problem there. That's fair. That is fair. Anyway, I'm going to get some coffee. Jeff, you're in charge.
Jeff.
I'm in charge.
You got to
Yep.
I'm so in charge.
herd these cats,
Yeah, he
please.
is.
So very, very, very in charge.
You are very in charge.
Oh.
Yeah,
Charge.
very good. I'm going to get
Be in
coffee.
charge harder, Daddy.
Go get your coffee.
All right. Go get
That's my
coffee. That's a good plan.
So while I was away, I went on John Delarose's stream.
Dude,
Oh, how's John doing?
Drama.
Of course.
I'll,
Wow, I'm
no.
so surprised.
I'll leave it at that.
No.
Yeah.
What happened tonight?
Oh, you don't want to know.
You can tell me later. Talk to me later.
Excuse me while I mind my own business.
I'm so behind on the drama. I've been trying to get these illustrations done for the book,
You
and I'm
know,
like,
I would like to be nowhere near the drama, honestly, but I was
Really?
dumb enough to click on a link.
oh, did you now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dang it. You're going to have to tell me later because now I will be consumed with wondering.
Yeah.
I just show up on places and people are like, what side are you on? I'm like, I don't know anything. Leave me alone.
I think everyone's dumb.
The upside
but
is I'm cleared for surgery on the 17th, so I can
Really?
go get my hip replaced.
Okay.
Damn. The drama hit you that hard?
Yeah, really hit.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I've been battling this thing for 10 years, and
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You
it's
and I
like
talked
got.
about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you and I talked about it at BaseCon that you were trying to get that thing done.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
are you
no,
are you
no, it's gonna
up
happen.
for it?
Oh no, I'm up for it. It's like I've had 3 surgeries up till now,
Yeah.
and with
You
each one, you don't ever come out
the same.
really better than you were when you went into it.
No.
I mean, the thing's fixed, but then you've got a whole other bunch of complications.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's gotta be hard. I'm
it's like, not
sorry.
again.
I wondered if that was happening. I saw it on your thing. Do you have your audio book? Have you got it all in place?
Just finished, and as a matter of fact, today I paid off Steve Fortune. So
Really?
boy,
Right.
that didn't sound right.
I paid him
What'd you
off
pay him off for?
to move in the body.
I paid off Steve Fortune and pledged him to silence.
It's a
Oh,
happy
okay.
ending.
Then we'll never know.
I kill you.
At least not from Steve.
What is
So
Steve Fortune? I mean, he should. That sounds like that would be the dude that you would think would be an assassin or something. I Fortune.
he's actually a like a middle tier actor in England. I mean, he's like
Really?
known. Yeah, he's not like known in
That's
England.
so cool.
And as one other person put it, he is perfect for my style of writing. He's perfect for it.
That's what makes you so famous now. You have so cornered that.
I am not famous.
Yes, you are. You are.
I am not famous. No, you're famous.
No, you.
Everybody here
No,
knows Jeff
you.
and Rosa.
Yeah, no, everybody knows Rosa.
What? Weird to me.
Everybody.
You
knows
notice
Rosa.
Amy said everybody here knows
No,
Jeff.
that's true. Yeah, y'all know. That's right. I step outside, I'll feel cool until somebody's like, "Who the are you?" It's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything."
Ew.
Don't you know who I am?
It's always. Oh, look, it's Mary Snow and Herman who?
What? That is not true. The Hedge. You even have a name.
They have
You're
a
the Hedge.
nickname.
That's a great.
Well, you have a nickname too. You're Queen of the Iron Age.
Well, but I don't know where that.
I'm just.
I have
Great nickname.
I'm just a shrubbery. You have a title.
Yeah.
Shrubbery. Can you tell me this? I have never figured this out. How did you end up being the Hedge?
There was on Drink with Crazy. They did Comic Book Wednesday, and there was he would like with a book he would only read the first page, but he would never finish the sentence on the second page.
Oh,
So
I know.
Stop right at the end. He would stop right at the end of the first page, and on this one instance, it was somebody was discussing a hedge. A hedgerow or something like that, and I'm like, I need to know about the hedge, and I harassed him about that the entire night. So from that point on, I was known as the Hedge.
Because you gotta know.
Yeah, and like when I go to pick on other people, when it stuck to me, I ran with it. So
no, you did great with it because now we have your hedge everywhere.
Yes,
like in all of things. Now you're the Hedge. Now
I am the Hedge,
the ultimate hedge.
He was known as the Hedge.
The Hedge Master.
Well, dude. Okay, so when is your surgery, dude?
17th.
Next week. The 17th. Well, you're not going to be here for my show.
No, I don't think I will.
For me, I don't know what I'm doing. I never do. Written all these books.
Well, I might be on because that 17th is a Tuesday and
that's true.
This is Thursday, so I might, I might be able to sit down for a while.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of surgery? I mean, what kind of hip are you getting? Are you getting the ball and the ball joint thing?
Probably. Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting?
Well, I mean, he says, yeah, I did 9 of these this morning, so I guess it's. Yeah, that's the surgeon. Yeah, I did 9 of these this morning. It only takes me about 45 minutes.
Dog, really? Are you kidding me? That used to be such a huge deal.
Yeah, and they have you up and walking that day, so.
Oh, okay. So big old, getting that half of the pelvis done.
And the thing is that there's one of two ways they go in. They either go in through the front, the front, or they go in through the buttocks. And I'm praying to God they go through the front.
Oh, good God!
You don't want to be a butt bandit?
Yeah, no, it's going to be kind of hard to code laying on your stomach all the time.
Dude, ow, ow.
And my job sort of requires that, I can like actually sit and do stuff.
Flashbacks of prison.
What? Oh no. Dude, we're praying for you, man. I am.
Well,
I know you're gonna find a way. At least it'll hurt in a different way. But it'll be a good way.
No, it won't be a good way.
It'll be a good hurt.
No, no, it won't.
Then
You'll
why are
like
you?
it.
Why are we
Just
talking about pain?
Because
Jeff's getting his hip replaced.
I was telling him about because I'm going in for hip surgery on the 17th, and
Yeah.
there's one of two ways that they go in. They either go in through the front or the back. But I said, I'm
You
praying
chose
it's
the
front.
back, right?
Yeah, no, I don't choose the back because I gotta actually go into work, sit, and write code.
Ouch.
And you that doesn't work well when you have staples in your buttocks.
Oh.
I actually did have a surgery. It's to remove a pilonidal cyst, and it's not, the pilonidal cyst occurs kind of like up around the tailbone section, and they have to go in there and cut it all out and sew it back up. And I was laid up for 3 years with that because it's a very flexible area and it got infected.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Dude, okay, you're not doing that this time, Herman. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. But
last time I had surgery was 1992.
What did you do? Oh, that's when you got your bit off, wasn't it?
No, I that wasn't my year.
Oh,
No, I got stabbed across the abdomen, and
oh, that's right.
I lost like 10 inches or 12 inches of intestine.
Honestly, around
There
the
are
same
like
time.
way better ways to lose weight.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's actually when I went through my staging laparotomy, was around that time, like maybe 93, which basically what they do is it's called a modified cesarean, and they cut you from the bottom of your breastbone all the way down to the top of your crotch, and then they go in there and root around and look for cancer.
It's
That
awesome.
sounds just joyful and fun.
Oh yes, it was.
Yeah.
I think I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I think the first week of that was morphine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that was not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, no, it doesn't
It's
sound
what's for
good.
breakfast.
That sounds pleasant.
So you have lots of illness problems. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
He's a survivor.
The cancer was rare. It's one of the. It was a very one. It was a rare cancer, and number two, it was an extremely treatable cancer. I had a 90% chance. Then that's part of the reason why I had the surgery done. If they could isolate it to just above my diaphragm, I had like a 90% chance of survival because it's one of the few cancers that they've had extensive success in treating it, and that was radiation. But if it's below the diaphragm, they had to use chemo, and you lose about 10% survivability. And then once it's been treated, they consider you cured. Most of them say that you go into remission. This one they say you're cured. It's testicular cancer is the same way. Once they treat it, it's cured. It doesn't ever come back.
Well, it's just fun conversation.
I love this.
That is I was getting married. I was engaged and I was getting married, and I was like, I don't want this hanging over my head through my entire marriage. And so I went and I did it for peace of mind.
Oh, that's
for both
good.
Me and my
That
wife.
is good. Like I said, I had a cesarean too. It was just with a Bowie knife. He was Puerto Rican. They're a bit flamboyant people.
Put a twist on it.
Yeah. That's a hell of a tattoo.
Yeah.
Hola, chapter. //
It's funny. I show it off sometimes, and the ladies are just mortified. It's great.
No, okay, so dig that scar is what you're saying.
Oh well, it
Or
goes
do
from hip bone to hip bone. It's all the way across, so it's pretty serious scar.
they? I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Both connected
original
to the hip bone.
the original cesarean was a vertical cut. It was not horizontal.
Yeah,
Well,
it was.
I was being humorous.
Yeah, I
Fury.
know, but that was the medical. That was the process by which they went about doing an actual cesarean, and then they've changed it since then.
Thank goodness.
Well, I mean, yeah, that I think it's better the way they do it now.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Better to not have that at all, but yeah.
It would be, but you know, it is
You
the
don't have a
world.
choice.
Now, I said in the beginning, I showed off my list, of course, which you see here. But I also said that I was going to
Quickly changing subjects.
Quickly changing subject. I was going to take a look at this. Now I paged down so quickly, I don't even remember the name of this website. But it's an anime website. And look at what their top 20 was. I showed you mine. So let's see what they say and let's compare it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Of course, number 20, Nausica of the Valley of the Wind, which I had as well. It is really good. Like I said, this is my wife's favorite movie. Well, Cinema Paradiso is probably her favorite movie, but she does love this. It's her favorite Studio Ghibli, anyway. It is amazing. How many people have seen Nausica?
Oh yeah,
I have.
It's beautiful.
It is
It's
beautiful.
Mobius.
Yeah. It is. It's a very interesting and a bit of a sad movie. Really.
A lot of those were.
It is kind of post-apocalyptic in a way. In
Yeah.
a weird way. Yeah.
Vaguely
Yeah. If you haven't seen Nausica, Amy, Melissa, you should absolutely watch it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. It's really good. Yeah. This is Miyazaki at his best. Yeah. But anyway, that's number 20. Number 19 here, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Okay. I remember this one. Isn't this the one? It's like it's kind of like Gundam, but without the mechs.
What?
There's a lot of politics, and you have these. There's this big empires going at each other. There's like it's like intergalactic war. It's space opera. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Yeah. Yeah.
How did they get
Didn't that
around? They
eventually
don't have great robots.
didn't that eventually become G-Force on American
Yeah.
TV?
I thought so.
No, this is
I
not.
thought-
No, this is not G-Force. No.
Oh, it's
G-Force
not.
comes
Okay.
out of Battle of the Planets or Gotcha.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
That'd be
What's
the
the-
70s.
70s, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Epic in scale, profound in storytelling, Legend of the Galactic Heroes delivers into the intricate world of interstellar politics, war, and personal ambition. The tale of two brilliant leaders, Reinhard von Longram and Yang Wen Li, and their respective paths is a masterclass in character development and world building. There you go. I've heard of it, though. I have heard of it. All right, that's number 19. Number 18, Fist of the North Star, of course. It's,
Of course.
Hey,
Classic.
that's what I'm doing.
Classic. Oh, nice. Number 18, of course, Dragon Ball, just in general. Of course, they're showing Super here, but Dragon Ball came out initially in the 80s. Right?
Surprised they put it down on 18.
17. 18 is Fist of
Wow.
North Star. Let's see here. 16, we have Silver Fang. I almost put this on my list, to be fair. This is based on a book, right? And they turned it into a very chilling anime.
What is it?
Silver Fang. It's about a dog, but it's
What?
pretty dark, dude.
Oh.
Is that like White? Is Jack London's White Fang?
It's like White Fang, but older.
Yeah, no, I think this is based on a book, though. Whatever. It's just it's a sad dog movie.
Yeah.
What's that other dog movie that's really sad? It's like the dog where the dogs inherit the earth thing. You know what I'm talking about? It's probably on there.
You talk about the werewolf one?
No, it's like dogs. It's like a plague kills all the people or something, and there's just nothing but dogs
yeah.
left.
That is a disturbing movie. Dog Island, I think it's called.
Yes, that's it.
Inoshima.
I Love Dogs by Wes Anderson.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just that's where they got that from, I think.
Yeah. No, that's super. That's a very disturbing, dude. That's Animal Farm, is what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have Robotech, number 15. Robotech. I'm not sharing with you guys, am I? I'm being mean.
No.
Let me come over here and fix that.
The cruelty of it all. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even sharing with anybody. So I'm definitely failing my job here. All right. Righty. Let me come over here and get that up. And there we go. Okay.
That's beautiful.
All right. Anyway, so Robotech, very nice, number 15. Ranma half, one half, Ranma.
Good.
It is a delightful chaos of martial arts, romance, and magical transformations. Following Ranma Saotomi, who turns into a girl when splashed with cold water. The series is a roller coaster of hilarious situations and budding relationships.
A woker coaster.
Number 13.
That was before all that.
Ikoku House. This is a romance, I think.
Same artist as Ranma as well.
Yeah, but this one's about a girl whose husband's died, I think, and she meets a new guy, but she's torn because she does like the new guy, but she still loves her dead husband. I think that's what this is.
That sounds romantic.
It's actually considered a big deal over here in Japan. This one, yeah. Number 13. Number 12. Tomorrow. Joe 2. Now Joe was really big here. That's fair. It's about a boxer.
Oh, sure.
Interesting. Number 11. Royal Space Force: The Wings of Honeamise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is actually really good. It honestly should be live action. It doesn't have any of the anime tropes at all.
That's one of the ones that made it here after the big Akira craze.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty serious. Very realistic, actually. Okay. Royal Space Force. Then we have Igano Kabamaru.
Oh, Tezuka.
Yes. It is a delightful blend of comedy, romance, and ninjutsu, which is not even a thing. Following the misadventures of Kabamaru, a young ninja adjusting to city life after a countryside upbringing. The series is a roller coaster of laughter and heart. The charm lies in Kabamura's naive nature, juxtaposed with his exceptional ninja skills. Now, how can you be an assassin and naive?
This website sure likes using the term roller coaster.
They do. They do. We've seen that used a lot. We'll figure out what the name is when I get up top. But I don't even know this. Never heard of it.
I bet you ChatGPT wrote it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Never heard of this one. Of course, Gundam Zeta, which was the second one, I think. But that is considered like the big mega hit. That was the second series. So Gundam, number 9, number 8, Beautiful Dreamer, Yatsura 2.
Yeah.
This is Lum, right?
Yeah.
This is very beloved in Japan. This one, especially with the older ladies. Gunbuster, Gunbuster made it. Number 7. Yeah. Yeah, that is cool. And once again, this is a female lead in this one, and it's really good.
Isn't that the one that had the live action version?
I hope not. I hope not. That would be disturbing, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I think it's the same one.
All right. I like Gunbuster. Number 6, Touch. What is this about Joe Biden?
Yeah.
That would be Sniff.
I got my hairy legs.
No, this is a baseball sport drama. I think over here it's called
This one.
no, what is this one? Oh, I think over here it's called Senpai something.
Oh.
Okay, Senpai Tatsuya maybe. But Touch, okay, I've never heard of it. Really. Number 5, Vampire Hunter D. That was on my list. It's a good one. It's fun.
Yeah, how could it not be?
Yeah, it's true. We're getting 4, Saint Seiya. Did anybody
Saint
see
Seiya.
the remake of that?
No.
Yeah, it
I
was
think I looked
it
at
was
it.
okay. Too much CG art, but it was okay. And it was a little bit, and they tamed it down because it was like the early inklings of the woke culture was starting to come in, right?
I'm just
Saint
not
Seiya.
Mexican enough to love it.
Oh, okay.
No, all my Mexican friends, like there's a handful of anime that they love. It's Dragon Ball, Saint Seiya, and one other thing is because it was like one of the very few anime that got translated into Spanish.
Oh, really?
And
the
broadcast. Yeah,
Zodiac Knight, or whatever. Yeah, it's
yeah,
huge.
so
in South
every
America.
every
Zodiac
Mexican
Knights.
friend that I have loves Saint Seiya.
Because I could see it.
That's their Star Wars.
Well, basically all the heroes in this and the bad guys, they all have like magical armor that gets passed down through the ages, is what Saint
Yeah.
Seiya is.
Knights of the Zodiac is what it was called.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right, we're getting to top 3 here. So anybody want to predict what the top 3 will be?
Grave of the Fireflies.
Grave of the Fireflies, maybe. Yeah.
Akira, probably.
Akira should be in there. Yeah. Anything else?
Nausicaa.
Totoro.
Where you saw Nausicaa, maybe Totoro. Let's get into it. Number 3 here. Oh, City Hunter.
Oh, City.
City?
Yeah, I didn't put that on my list. It didn't make my list. It's okay. I'm not a big fan of it. Anybody here a City Hunter fan?
Yeah.
I saw the Jackie Chan
I
movie.
never even heard of it.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
There's a recent live action adaptation.
Yep. Yeah, it's gotten popular recently too, right? Because of that.
I see. Yeah, I remember this anime, but whatever. I know this is weird coming out of my mouth, but a little bit too much misogyny here.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You okay,
apologize.
Chester?
I know. I have a fever. But no, I mean, it is too much. Well, his whole thing is he's a detective, private detective that comes in when the police can't get it done. But he only takes hot clients because they're hot.
Well, yeah.
And his whole goal is to solve the case for him in hopes, fingers crossed, that he'll get laid. That's City Hunter.
Just like
That's
old
it.
Sam Spade.
The problem is.
Okay,
how does it make
You're saying it like it's a bad thing.
I don't know. It's just that it
Yeah.
was Sam Spade. Of course, that's true. But in this, it's so juvenile, I guess.
Marlowe, James
Who are
Bond.
you?
Lacks the subtlety.
It's
of
just
Spade.
it has no subtlety. He's just like a 12-year-old.
Okay, so
because it's like more slapsticky, right?
Well, Spade is down on his luck, and I'm a fan of private investigative stuff for a reason, but because I started an agency, but it was down on his luck. He hasn't got 2 nickels rubbed together most of the time, and he always ends up with some hard luck dame, and she always ends up stiffing him anyway. Although he does get maybe a pooch or 2.
Sure.
So it feels different if the guy gets it all the time, or if he's just going at it for that. Spade usually has some cynicism where this guy is more just, I'm just doing it because they're hot.
He's just 12. And of course, if you want the better version of Sam Spade, just go read the comic book Black Sad.
Oh yeah.
He's a cat man.
All right, Catman, man, it's cool, dude. That comic's great, man. Anyway, number 2. What do we got here? We got Akira is in number 2 position.
Of course.
Whoa.
Interesting. Well, no, it's got to be on the list, dude. It has to be. This is one of the most influential anime of all time.
Yeah.
And it is the 80s. This is a restriction. But Akira is great. It really is great.
Number 1, Thundercats.
No. Number 1. Let's go see. Sherlock Hound.
Sherlock Hound.
That's interesting.
What the hell?
What?
This is
Like the Disney
Studio
movie?
Ghibli. It's
Oh,
Miyazaki and the guy I was talking about, who's actually a better artist. And it's basically Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The Japanese are obsessed with the Sherlock Holmes stuff. There are many
Well, that's
characters that are based upon it. Of course, Conan, Detective Conan, which is a guy who is cursed and he's always in the body of a boy, but he's a brilliant detective like Sherlock Holmes. That is
Or
a
Joe
kids
90.
series that's been going on for, well, as long 30 years, more 40. I don't know, forever.
Although someone has to do Detective Conan because that would be amazing.
That
That
would
Mhm.
be cool as hell. Yeah. First time I heard that, I was like, huh, really? But then of course I really was talking about Conan Doyle.
the case.
I guess
By Grom.
that's actually one of the things that kind of blows my mind right now. I know that it started in the 70s, but
Mhm.
there was no Lupin the Third in any of the 80s lists. Like
Oh,
Lupin the Third never made it through into the 80s lists at all.
Yeah. I was looking for
Wasn't it
Kaneko Man
70s?
too, but that started in '79 apparently.
Yeah, no, Kinnikuman's definitely older. Is someone having seizures?
Is somebody
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know. Someone's.
Only if they're watching anime.
I have no idea what's going on. Something's happening. All right.
Maybe
Well,
Doug.
Yeah, it might be Doug. Doug has infiltrated us. But there you go. So I had a few on my list.
I'm also doing the straw
Thanks, and a
poll.
Coke.
So
Throw me a
getting
Coke.
I'm doing the straw poll, so I'm typing and I do press to type. So
Oh, that was your
He
fault.
has many
Okay.
strokes
Yeah.
when he types.
What are you watching? Why are you watching people having strokes?
what?
Are you watching Different Strokes?
What are you talking about, Willis?
Are you watching the episode where Dudley gets molested by the
That's
bike
Facts
man?
of Life. That was different. There was a girl on
Dudley,
there who was
poor
mega
Dudley.
hot though.
He got the hard end of everything.
Duty.
Literally.
The kind of
Giving his donuts
tomboyish
broke
one.
back.
What was her name?
Oh, Joe.
Joe. Yeah,
Joe.
Joe. I like Joe.
I like Tootie too.
Tootie was cute. She was.
Yeah,
The
Tootie,
little
she was always
bitchy
cute.
popular girl didn't like her at all.
Blair,
Oh.
nah.
Yeah,
Didn't
Blair.
do anything
They had
for
I
me.
little-
like Blair
little fat
better
one.
now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She does that TV show where they look at old things.
Oh, that's interesting. Why is it a thing that everyone here knows the facts of life? What is that?
I did not.
I never watched it. That's a
They
girl's
take the
show.
good
You
and
It
they
is a
take the
girl's
bad.
show. What are you talking
I know
about?
of it. Even I remember it.
It's definitely a girl's show.
Well, Chester, you take the good and then you take the bad.
Yeah, it's true. And then you get the
I take
facts
them
of
both.
life, right? I watched that show, the hell out of that show. But I like Joe. Joe was my speed.
Aw, so cute.
Yeah, no, she was. She was
I
super
kind of
cute.
felt bad for her because she was cute, and it's like she kind of ruined her, right? Because she's always seen as the tomboy after that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. But she just had
And then
that
they gave her that
going.
horrible mullet later on. And it was like,
Oh my God!
why?
I protested openly. Yep. No, she
Keep
was
your
cute.
emotions
Why is the facts of life the connecting factor? Why is that? That's interesting.
Because we can't talk about Dudley in the bike shop because it's too hard to talk about.
Oh well, that was one of those
Mr.
special
Horton, Mr.
episodes.
Horton.
Yes.
That was very special.
But Doug is
Dirty Maytag man.
the dirty Maytag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's hard to
true.
believe the big guy, Mr. Carlson, turned out to be a pedo,
Mm-hmm. That's true.
a peddling pedo.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
the Facts of Life had a special episode too, didn't they? About suicide.
Oh, there's the one where Tootie almost becomes a hooker.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, but I kind of
She
saw
takes a
that in
bus
her
into the
future
city
though.
and they try to recruit her.
Yeah. And Doug is upset that King of the Hill wasn't on the list.
Yep.
I don't
The
think
best
was made in
anime.
the
Not the
80s.
80s, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amron is starting
Oh!
something new. You got a short period of time? Or you got like 15 minutes?
Yeah, just messing around.
Just
Yeah.
messing around.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Andrew's moved on to doing his comics, so he must be done.
I have.
Alpha
done.
Proto is ooh, that looks super familiar. Alpha, what is that? That looks super familiar.
It's an anime movie called Dagura Kamui from 1985.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've seen this. That is very familiar. What's the plot?
Rogue's ninja gets killed, so they kidnap his son and put him through the same situation so he could recreate his father's steps so they could find the treasure that his father hid.
Oh, that doesn't sound
Nice.
familiar at all, but it looks
Sounds like a
familiar.
terrible plan.
Is Two Banana Mike drawing anything?
Ooh.
Are you drawing
Drawing a
anything?
bunch of
Two
things.
Banana Mike?
Waka
Do I have-
waka waka.
Oh, he's
do I
doing
have-
the Muppets.
Do I have to draw something?
No, you only have 15
Yeah, the
minutes.
Dark
If
Crystal
you
is the
can
best
throw down a
one out of
Fozzie
the 80s.
Bear, go for it.
Well,
I'm-
do you want me to include him in the poll? Do you want to be included in the poll?
I don't care. Up to you.
Do you like inclusion?
Just
You want to be on the poll? Do
Yeah.
you
Okay,
like
you're not
writing
in the poll because
We'll put you in the poll.
I finished with the poll. So
he's so
You
okay.
will be on the poll.
He's ostracized you, Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh, I.
That's okay. Next time you can put me on as Two Banana doesn't care. That's all.
That's
Good.
true.
We're good.
Yeah. Well, what we should do is next time should be 4 Banana Mike. You know.
Like that.
Yeah, double it. We got little peaches here. Very nice. Let's see here. Eric is certainly banging this out. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. And let's see. Elrod is doing Fists of the North Star there. My wife's
Hell yeah.
favorite anime. Melissa is doing Squid People. Good job.
Good job.
Why is that funny?
Someone need to go there.
Yeah. Alan is trying to put his colors on his apple seed. I don't think you're going to get that done, buddy.
What was that blue thing that came out in the 80s? That was the 80s too, right?
Oh, Interstellar 999.
Mm-mm.
Galaxy Express.
The
Galaxy
dirty one.
Express, yeah. Was that 80s
Something
or
blue.
70s though?
That's probably 70s.
Yeah, that was a part of the whole like Yamato route.
Yeah. That was very popular. Let's see, Jason.
What, like Yamato, Harlock,
Voltron, very nice.
Harlock.
Yeah, Harlock, of course, that's true.
I think the Harlock sequel series was the 80s, right? The one where he's a cowboy.
Yeah.
After he retires from being a pirate, he becomes a cowboy.
Captain
As you do.
Yeah.
That's tradition.
Does he get a horse?
I don't know if he right. I know. I don't. He might. It's like he's on a planet, but they live like cowboy life. Kind of funny.
Very good. Well, we got about 12 minutes here, and of course, we'll go and take a look at all the art. And of course, I'm going to ask, as I look at the art, I'm going to ask each of the artists the last question of the day, of course, which is, what is your favorite 80s anime? So, think about it. Think about it. Yeah, think about it. It's a tough question. It's a tough question.
It's a really tough question.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
There's much good cartoon. I wonder what Doug will come up with.
Doug will.
Oh yeah, it should be interesting. Probably my favorite is going to be Nausica, I guess.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Riding Bean came out in the 80s. Oh man, that's so good.
Riding beans? That's
Riding
cute.
Bean, yeah.
Yeah, Riding Bean.
It's a spinoff from
Licking
Gunsmith
beans?
Cats.
Gunsmith Cats.
Is it like a-
Yeah. Although I did love me some Gunbuster though. Which one? Nah, that's tough, dude. Now I'm gonna have to go with Nausica.
There's so many good choices.
They
Oh my
are.
gosh, Doom Megalopolis came out in the 80s. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
that's another like one of the
That's
darker
freaking
ones.
wild.
Didn't the original Alita Battle Angel come out in the 80s?
Battle Angel, yep.
Yeah.
Project A-ko.
The Dirty Pair.
Dirty Pair. Yeah. I actually tried to enlighten them on why they're called the Dirty Pair. It's not what people think.
Is
That's how we got started on.
To be fair, I never thought that to begin with. But...
Well, a lot of people do. Yeah. No, it's basically Lethal Weapon, buddy cop thing with, but it's two girls.
They dress
and
that way.
No, it was because when they're detectives and when they went and did any case, they'd always leave a trail of carnage, and it pissed all the other cops off, and they called them the Dirty Pair because they weren't clean and efficient. What was that?
I thought
People assume that because they dress all slutty.
Yeah, well, that's just 80s anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Oh,
like Dirty Harry? I think that was a cop show.
Yeah, that's from
Maybe
the.
that's where
Yeah, that's a
they
cop
got the
show.
name
Yeah, it
That's
had
the best anime of the
That's true.
70s.
Yeah, it had a little actor, not really well known. His name was Clint Eastwood.
Right.
He followed it up with a couple movies. I think one was called Magnum Force, and what was the last one?
Magnum
there?
Force is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
There are two.
Maybe
There were two.
Impact, I think is another one.
I think there were three, right?
Return of the Creature.
There are 4.
4. Well,
yeah, I think so because I watched all of them at one point, like right in a row.
Yeah, the one with Jim Carrey is the 4th.
Yeah, but of course,
The
none of that
Deadpool,
matters. His
where
best
the comic book
movie he ever
character got
made,
his
Amy, was called Pale Rider. So yeah.
Pale Rider.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie. But my favorite's Unforgiven.
It's good too, but I prefer Pale Rider. What was that?
Oh, Chester, did you ever see Charge: Men's Private School?
Whoa.
No.
That's not the Japanese title, but it's basically it's wrapped into that manime era with like Space Cobra, Fist of the North Star, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where like
Space Cobra is 82, right?
Space Cobra is. Oh, it doesn't say here.
Space Cobra is definitely 80s, without question.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then the live action.
Yeah, Sakikaki Otojuku.
Sakikaki. Hey.
Is that the one where there's like the men's gymnastic club and everyone laughs at him and picks on him, and then this quiet kid joins them and he's like the most amazing thing and becomes like the hero of Japan or something?
No, I don't know because this one was they actually made a live action film in Japan for it. It was called Samurai School Be a Man, and it's wicked funny, dude. It's hilarious.
Is that a Jordan Peterson point?
Yeah, it's a good comedy show, but it's wrapped up in that like anime stuff. That one's funny. I forgot about that one.
Make your bed. And whatever other Hallmark card greetings I can think of.
Something about lobsters.
Now
If you want to laugh, there's this guy, Chester.
Yeah.
If you want to laugh, it's odd. There's some that are funny, some that are just dumb. But there's these guys that make these little shorts, and they end it with, if your arm gets cut off, just keep going, be a man. It's something stupid like that. And they
Don't let women drive. Be a man. Don't go to a hospital. Die. Be a man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy's from Boston. He's over here.
Yeah.
It's Boston Bean Man is his account name.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. He's over in he actually like posts when he's gonna be at Sullivan's every once in a while. So I was like, oh, maybe I should go meet him because he's over there before the Bruins games all the time.
Well,
trying to get free drinks.
There's one.
That's fair.
There's this one where he's like, if your wife yells at you, call her by her mother's name. Be a man.
Wow.
Well, the one that was the other day was if you're too poor to go on vacation, drink until you black out and you don't know where you are. Be a man.
Yeah.
It's like the Skeletor thing.
Remember. Fill in the blank.
I actually kind of did that when I first met her, my mother-in-law. I was like to my wife in English, I was like, "Damn, your mom's hot." I didn't put that down for years.
Bro.
Well, it's true though. She's a hottie old lady, man.
I'm saying, honey, if it
Well, I
doesn't work
mean,
out between us, there's options.
Japanese ladies.
Nah, she was like one of those rare ones, though, boy. Anyway, you
Really,
don't
I just saw.
just from learn from my experience. Don't mention that your wife's mother's hot. They don't like it.
So
Yeah,
hey,
there's nothing
Just
bad.
saw Melissa
now's a
Torme
good,
gilfing it, so I
now's a good
won't put it
time to
past her.
stop, Chester. Have you ever seen Help with the Beatles?
Yeah.
Oh, that movie's great.
Okay, remember when Paul's dancing with the lackey of the cult leader?
Yeah.
And they're in the restaurant, and she keeps trying to tell Paul something. And he says, "Please say no more."
Yes.
You got far enough. Please
I
say
did.
no more.
I did.
I can say no more.
That's true.
I can say no more.
Fair enough. Oh well.
Got to bust balls a little bit, dude.
We that's fair, but we all make mistakes. Yeah.
Yep. I make them every day, buddy.
Yeah. Well, the little thing about Elrod regarding Jordan Peterson, I don't know what it really says about the state of psychology, but do keep in mind he's considered the most referenced and respected psychologist on Earth.
Yeah. Fame will do that.
Yeah,
He
no,
should
but
be.
before he became famous. Yeah. So I don't know what that says about psychiatry in general, but
Because people love platitudes, apparently.
fair enough. Yeah, seems so. He's
I mean, they're a
definitely
funny looking animal. How can you not like them?
yeah. Well,
It's like a beaver with a duck bill.
Oh, okay. All right. I see. He's had an impact though. That old Jordan Peterson.
He dresses like a Batman villain. I respect that about him.
He does. He does dress like a Batman villain, and he collects Soviet art.
And Soviet cocaine.
No T.J. Hooker. Fair enough, Jeff.
Listen here, Bucko.
I didn't know there was so much Jordan Peterson hate around. Interesting.
I can actually impersonate him, but it has to my voice has to be at just the right.
I don't hate him.
state.
He's the smartest Kermit I've ever known.
Gabrielle does the funniest impression of him.
Totally. Aw.
Gabrielle,
God.
which Gabrielle?
How you ever gonna know you have a problem if you don't analyze it and clean your room?
Which true.
Buddy. Listen, buddy. You gotta say buddy because he's Canadian. Okay,
Look at
buddy.
here, buddy. That's enough out of you,
Buddy,
Bucko.
pal.
He is a little bit cliche. He does say about a lot, but in the Canadian way.
A boot?
Yeah.
Listen, it's all a boot.
I'm not into the abouts with the abouts and the problems.
That you went Scottish. You never go.
It's still a really good impression though.
It is. Who's Gabrielle?
Gabrielle. Yeah, Gabby.
Oh, Gabby. Oh, Gabby. Oh, okay. She does a
Sorry,
good
I know her
Jordan
as
Peterson.
Gabrielle.
That's interesting. I call her the sexy one glove girl.
By the
That's
way,
right.
Gabby's art will be featured on my next bookmark for my next book.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's a good choice. Now her art's perfect for that,
And
dude.
give her what you can. She's going to be working
And
for the big company soon.
And she sent me the original sketch, and wow, is it fantastic! My wife's gonna frame it.
Oh, nice.
And put it up along with Gary Shipman stuff and Jason stuff as well.
I got similar things going on in my house, dude. Gary Shipman sitting next to John Dillard.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've got almost the same. I don't know why. Herman, you and I have almost the same people. I've got Gabby on my wall. I've actually got all of y'all's stuff that y'all made for me on my first Watch of the Damn Thing, and I have it all saved in physical form. And then I've got Gary Shipman. I've got a ton of Gary stuff. I've got like all of his
great.
house. He is. He's like the king of. And so yeah, it's like I don't know why, but Herman and I we mirror each other with all of our stuff. You're my twin, Herman. I love you.
Well, no, I
love you too, man.
I backed John's book, like I backed a bunch of books here, and he just sent me a Buckler sketch.
Oh
Really
wow.
nice one. Yeah. So I framed it.
It's a nice game.
Alrighty. Well, I think it's getting near kazoo time, Jeff.
Near or is kazoo time?
Is.
Is.
Yes.
Wow. Somehow Popeye went to Japan, I guess. All right. Nevertheless, so we're going to go over here and take a look and see what everyone's done. Of course, I'm going to ask the question, what's their favorite anime? And I'll start with that. And I'll start with Amron, who has done Space Adventure Cobra, which I can't believe I forgot because it was pretty cool. It's actually that character is I recognize him instantly. He's very
That
iconic.
hairstyle,
Yeah, and the nose.
and the eyes too. The eyes and
Yeah,
the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
It
If
is
you don't
really
get that
good.
right, it's not gonna
The
look
hair.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is great though. But of course, the question is on the table, Amron. What is your favorite 80s anime of all time?
Would have to be Akira.
Yep. Akira is
Yeah.
badass.
Mm.
Really good.
And to a lesser extent, Robotech, the first season.
Oh, I loved Robotech, dude. I love that. I was the perfect age for
You
it.
don't like the motorcycle?
The motorcycle's awesome, dude.
Yeah, they were
Motorcycles
cool.
you can
Yeah.
wear.
Yeah.
And then that was the last one, wasn't it? That's the last
Yeah.
one.
Well, they
Or was
made
it the
some
second
movies
one?
after that.
The
They did
Invid.
make some
They called them the Invid. That was
the
the
Invids,
main enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did because of the popularity of the TV show, which of course they took Macross and chopped it up and made the
Yeah.
Robotech thing. But because of the popularity of Robotech itself, they actually made actual Robotech movies later, and of course Macross
Yeah.
continued on its own. So yeah, but very good. This is a great Cobra. If you guys haven't seen Space Adventure Cobra, you should check it out. It's pretty good actually. Good story. But
If you can find the version with the yellow soundtrack, it's just so good.
yeah, no, so
The
we
soundtrack
we
by
don't talk
Band
about that a
Yellow.
lot, but there was some great anime soundtracks in the 80s, dude.
Mm.
There was some really good ones. Yeah. But if you like what Armor's done, please vote for him the straw poll. It's very nice. All right, let's move over here to Andrew, and now Andrew has done Rama, and yeah, tell us why you chose Rama.
Because I freaking love Ranma 1/2. I have for a very long time. It's one of my favorite shows out of the 80s anime.
Really? Now I
Yeah.
know of it, of course, because it's very popular here, but I've never seen Rama.
Oh, it's one of the best comedies, first hands down.
See, that's the thing is I don't watch animated comedies.
Mm.
Sad.
No.
Well, it's very good.
It's fact of life.
You should at least try it out. Episode 1 is good enough to convince you it's pretty great.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought the concept is this lady who, when she gets dropped with water, she becomes a little girl. I always thought that was weird.
No, it's a guy.
It's a guy.
It's a macho dude who's a
And the joke is he's been set off to marry one of his best friend's 3 daughters, and they don't know that he can transform into a girl, and every time he does transform into a girl, he despises it. And so that's what makes it funny, is that it's used against him, but he's also one of the best martial artists on the face of the planet. So now he has to fight all these people. It's like a Dick Tracy villain list of weird martial arts that's in the show. It's great. I love it.
Does he ever solve his debilitating weakness?
That's a good question. I never made it to the end of the manga, so I don't know.
It's a curse.
So is this
It is a curse.
also it is a curse. It sounds like a curse. Yeah, and there's plenty of curse stuff in anime, that's for sure. I mentioned Detective Conan. He's cursed. But the opposite. He's a young man who gets transformed into a kid. But I think there's a couple of them
Does
actually
he
on his
still have
team.
a hat with 2 bills?
No. So is
Judging
this
by your outfit, I would say you're a train driver.
also your favorite, Andrew?
Depending on what mood I'm in, if it's action, then it's Fist of the North Star. But I have more animation cells. I own more animation cells from Ranma, so I would probably say that yes, it's probably Ranma's my favorite out of the 80s.
So you actually collect cells?
Oh yeah,
That's
oh yeah. I'm
interesting.
actually still working on my studio currently, but the plan is that like behind me, if I ever put on my webcam, behind me you'd just see a wall of all my animation cells.
And those
Like,
are original cells.
Yes, like
Oh, wow.
I bought pieces of the show. Like I figured like, hey, it's really cool to consume merchandise from a show you like, but what if you actually owned pieces of the show that you love? Like that's real love of a show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have frames from Golden Boy, Apocalypse Zero. Oh, Apocalypse Zero. That's one. Golden Boy, Apocalypse Zero, Outlaw Star, Ranma 1/2, Tenchi Muyo, Cyber Police. Yeah, whole bunch of cool animation cells.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I've never thought about that. I'd mentioned Lane earlier. There's actually one scene in Lane where she's just going nuclear. I would love to have that cell.
Yeah, there's a lot of animation. Like if you get the perfect frame, there's a lot of animation cells that can sell for a lot of. The one that I'm hunting down is I'm trying to hunt down gunsmith cats. And even when I was in Japan, like I went to Japan and I was like, I know this is crazy to ask, but do you have gunsmith cats? And he like gives me this smile of like, I know what you're talking about, but no, I do not have that. Like he wishes he had it too. But because nobody can find gunsmith cats, but it's like that's my holy grail of animation cells. Is
You
gunsmith
can.
Cats.
Oh, you're talking about animation cells. Okay.
Yeah.
I got the DVD.
All right. Well,
Oh,
there
I
you
have
go.
I have all the DVDs. Yeah.
This is a great piece of art you got here, though. So if you guys
Thank
like
you.
what Andrew has done, please vote for him the strong poll. Looks good. Now Alpha Proto has done. It's weird because he told me the plot of this character, which I don't know, but this character looks so familiar to me for some reason. Anyway, Alpha Proto, this is a great piece of art you got going on here, dude. It's really good. But the question is, what is your favorite anime of the 80s?
Ooh.
I guess I have to say Dragon Ball, but this is my favorite movie, anime movie.
Well, they're both on the table, series or movies, either way.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I guess I gotta watch it. What's the name of this again?
Dagger of Kamui.
Dagger of Kamui. Yeah, see, I've never seen it. I don't, but
maybe Kamui no Ken or
Is
something.
that Kenny Powers?
Kamui no Ken. It means the dagger of Kamui.
Yeah.
Or the blade of Kamui. The blade of Kamui.
Yeah. This dude was voiced by Hiroyuki Sanada when he was younger.
And why should I know that?
He's been like in all the major American movies recently as the Japanese guy. He was the dude that
that guy.
Hawkeye killed in, what was that movie?
Oh no, I know who
The
you're
last
talking about. He was in
movie that was
Shang-Chi.
good?
He played Dad.
No, that was a Chinese guy.
Yeah, that's a Chinese guy from the Departed original.
No, the guy who's in John Wick.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, no, I know who it is. I know. No,
He's my favorite Japanese actor.
guy that's in John Wick.
He was in Logan. He got killed.
Which one? Are you talking about? No, it's not. He's not Japanese.
In the
You're thinking of another Chinese guy.
Are you talking about the guy that Hawkeye killed in the Avengers movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I know
been
who
in
that is. Yeah, he's been. I think he was in Logan too.
Yeah, he was in Logan. He had to deal with him where he stabbed him through and said, "What are you?"
Oh.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm the Wolverine.
He might have been in Last Samurai too.
Maybe. He's like I
He's
said,
been in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
What's his name
But
again?
I recently found Hiroyuki Sanada. Sanada Hiroyuki.
Hiroyuki. I think it's the guy I'm thinking about.
He's a silent protagonist. He just looks sad the whole time because his life's horrible.
Aww.
Yeah, no, this is the guy I'm thinking about. He's in John Wick. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in everything now.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's interesting. And he is an older dude that's been in stuff, and he's a very popular Japanese celebrity. So, yeah, cool.
Oh, okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
All right.
He was great. Yeah, he's great.
No, he is. He's good at what
Oh,
he
he
does.
was in
from,
that weird
Bullet
train
Train?
movie with Brad Pitt too. What
He
was that
was.
called?
He was
yeah,
awesome.
Bullet Train.
Oh
Too.
yeah,
Bullet
Bullet
Train.
Train.
Yeah.
That was a great little movie.
That was a good movie.
that
I
was
It
actually
was.
a
enjoyed
good
that.
movie.
Yeah. Well, if you guys like what Alpha has done, please vote for him the straw poll. This is a great piece of art. Excellent.
Mhm.
It's
Excellent.
pretty.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's move over here to Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
You're
How's
you're
everyone
you
doing?
you didn't pay attention to Kazoo. You're still drawing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I
So
just kept drawing.
Amy's just a rebel, guys.
Yeah.
Wow. He's allowed.
But this is from Nintendo. Now, of course, now Mario was certainly popular, and I'm assuming there was a Mario anime in the 80s.
Yeah, apparently there was.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
It was like I
Captain
didn't
Lou.
know it went back that far, but yep, there was one. Princess Peach looks pretty much just the same, but it's really interesting to see how
Wow.
different the toads look. I think
And
she's pretty cute though
is
too.
that her mom?
No, that's her prince.
No, that's her prince. So there's a prince. I don't know if he's of the because I haven't actually seen it, but I don't know if he's from the neighboring kingdom or if he's a prince from somewhere in the Mushroom Kingdom too. Because there's
Well,
like in the early
he has been
seems like
forgotten because that's Mario's woman or
Yeah,
Bowser's,
that
depending how
role
you want
goes
to
to
look at it.
Mario now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mario's
no,
a
definitely.
Sancho.
Yeah. He told
Whatever
her
happened to Pearl?
Pearl? Was Pearl
Pearl
in the Mario?
Pure. The one that Mario rescued from the monkey.
You're
Donkey
thinking
Kong.
of Dudley Do
Also
Right.
Pauline.
Mm-mm. Pearl.
Yeah.
No, Pauline. She became the mayor of New
Pauline,
Donk City.
Yeah. Sure,
He
sure.
rescues the girl in Donkey Kong. Was it
Yeah.
just
Right?
she's like,
Pauline.
thanks for helping out. I gotta go. You're
Yeah,
a weird little Italian man.
Yeah, I
Get
was
away.
too busy
She's in-
trying to get as high on the flag as I could. I guess I didn't pay much attention to the story.
She's the mayor of New Donk City in Mario Odyssey. So
Yeah.
she
Oh, that's
she went on
funny.
to
Yeah,
What
that
about
is.
Rosaline?
Yeah, my
Rosalina?
Yep.
kids played all that stuff, like Mario World and all that kind of stuff. I just played NES. That's it.
There you go.
Okay.
Those are for real.
No story required. But nevertheless, this is great. If you guys like it, vote for the straw poll. And of course, I have to ask her the question whilst you guys go and vote. What is your favorite anime of the 80s?
Oh,
Chicken Run.
I actually did find some of the Sherlock Hounds, and those were really cute.
They
And
were.
that was, I'm pretty sure that was from the 80s. So I will say Sherlock Hound.
There you go. It sounds like you haven't watched many Studio Ghibli. I am shocked beyond belief that you and your sister have not seen Studio Ghibli. It is made for you.
They've seen
I
them
need to
all.
go find them.
Adorable.
Straight
Very
away.
By Miyazaki.
It is
Yeah,
though.
Miyazaki. Yeah. Of course, Sherlock Hound is from Miyazaki as well. It's one of his earlier projects. But yeah, no, you have to watch those things. They are made for you.
Oh, all right. And it
Didn't
was
they make
Monster
one
Prince?
Christian Bale in it?
What was that, Jason?
Oh, I was saying, wasn't that the same studio who made the one anime with basically the walking like mansion or whatever with Christian Bale?
Howl's,
like
yes,
the
Howl's
witch that
Moving Castle. Yes.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes. It's
the
fantastic.
wizard that
It's fantastic.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
of
it's a
course,
good
in
one.
the 80s, you had Grave of the Fireflies,
good
you
one.
had Sherlock, or you had Detective Hound, you had
Rosso.
Nausicaa, you had Totoro, you had there was a bunch, right?
Mhm.
But
Porco
Ghibli's
Rosso.
amazing. Yeah.
Porco Rosso is one.
Porco
favorite
Rosso, I
of all
love that one. Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a for adults though. It's not kids would be bored. But it is kind of interesting that Sento Chihiro, or what do they call that in the West, Andrew?
Say that again.
Sento Chihiro.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Sen
Spirited Away?
and Chihiro, which is her name
Sen
because
and
the witch
Chihiro,
took
yeah.
her name away.
Uh-huh. It's called Spirited Away over here.
Spirited Away.
Spirited
Okay,
Away.
Oh, sure.
That
Okay,
was
yeah.
like the biggest hit. It's okay, but it's nowhere near Miyazaki's best, dude.
What do you
Right,
think
but
is like
that
the
is the most
ultimate
popular here in the
Yeah,
West,
that
though.
that hit that
Spirited
hit
Away.
that hit like a freaking lead weight. Yeah. But anyway, let's continue on. Once again, if you like what Amy's doing, vote for her in the straw poll. Let's go take a look what Eric did. He's not put up his banner yet, which I'm shocked. He's got
What banner?
the sakura blossoms blowing in the wind, though. So that's nice.
I couldn't find a good logo for the anime or the manga. All I could find was the movie logo, and I didn't like it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't spend enough time hunting down fonts. I should. I have some. I like creative fonts.
Go to Blambot, and you get a bunch of free fonts.
Yeah, I
Wow.
never pay for anything anyway. So
Well, see, that's my issue is when I
These
go
are
look for
professional
fonts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I go look for fonts, some of them say not for commercial use, and then they get all mixed up in my like for commercial use and not commercial use. So I have to be careful which ones I download and use.
Yeah.
Blambot is good for especially independent comic creators.
Free
for them, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the Anime Ace. I use Anime Ace for my word balloons text, because they say if you're an independent creator and not a company, use it as much as you want. I was like, okay, sweet, I will.
With those
I made me one.
Blambot fonts, do you still have to take them and manually put them inside the Microsoft? You gotta do a little bit of shuffling around. Do you still have to do that, or is it easier?
You
go to the Windows.
Oh wow!
You
Because
go
I
to Windows.
usually have to open in and go into administrator, and I have to do
Yeah,
like that.
now it's just a one install button.
Yeah, it's much simpler than it used to be.
Oh wow! Alrighty. This looks great though. So question of the day is, what is your favorite anime of the
Oh,
80s?
you know I don't watch anime, so if I had to pick something that I've seen that's anime-ish, it would be Voltron.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Eric, you would probably love Fist of the North Star.
I probably would. I've just never gotten into anime. I don't know why. I just never have.
To be fair, there's a lot of modern anime I don't care for either. Yeah. I just don't like the look of it. They become so goofy and specialized in their look. I just don't like it. And of course,
I picked Crying Freeman because it really didn't look very anime or manga-ish. It had a very Western flair to it.
Yeah,
well, it's like real art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's there's a lot of shows like that, but people are just familiar with the one look. But that's just it. Is you have to look for these shows that are not what everybody thinks anime is. So
that's why I like Ajin.
Robot Carnival.
Ajin looks
yeah,
great.
or like Fist of the North Star, Cowboy Bebop, Crying Freeman. You know, all these things are a little bit different.
This is the North Star of the comic. The art's amazing. The show, it's falls apart because it's so hard to do.
The thing that irritates me most about a modern anime, particularly, or at least the past 20 years, is the fact that a lot of animation the Japanese do, it's not really happening on screen. They're expressing something, but they draw it as if it is happening on screen, and that's a bit irritating. And of course, when they jump into the when they have a character that switches into mini, or I guess you guys would say chibi form, for some comedic moment, I hate the hell out of that dude. I can't stand it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like the Charlie Brownish stuff.
Yeah. I hate when they do that. And then
they do that in serious stuff too. It's crazy.
It is weird. Yeah, I don't like it. I also don't like jiggling boobies unless there's a reason for the boobies to be jiggling.
Oops.
What if they're really well animated?
Well, there's always exceptions.
And you're just like, wow, I could care less, but that someone put a lot of time and care into that.
They did. That is true. There's a lot of love. A lot of love in those jiggling boobies. That is true.
King of Fighters, man.
Yep. Boob
Fatal
physics.
Fury.
Nevertheless, if you guys like what Eric has done, please vote for him the straw poll. Let me move along here and go over to El Rodimus Flash, who is doing Fist of the North Star here, of course. So the question is, dude, favorite 80s anime?
Voltron with the lions.
Wow.
Not the cars.
Wow.
It has the giant eyes. It has soap opera drama. It has the team of 5 people. One of them that's sexually ambiguous.
Which they turned in the remake. They turned into a female, by the way.
Yeah, because they
Mhm.
had to do something because people are like, dude, that's weird.
Fair. But they also turn more than half the team, like 60% of the team is gay now. But
Right.
do keep in mind that Henry Cavill is doing the Voltron movie. I have
Yeah,
a
they've
feeling
already
he's going to be a
scheduled.
cameo and he's
Well,
going to be handing it
supposedly.
off to an all gay cast. But it is what it is.
Yes.
So Voltron fans don't get too excited.
Yeah. But
If
I
it
don't
gets
want to get
made,
excited about
Netflix
anything.
version. It looks bad to me. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, we don't really know much about it. I've been covering on my
if it
show.
happens.
Yeah. But it's definitely something he's connected to, and they are casting people.
They got a full
so
cast. They do have
they
a full
do.
cast now.
They are casting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a feeling what it's going to be is Henry and because there are a lot of the casting stuff we know about are older people, like Henry's age or older. I think what they're going to do is the old Voltron team is passing it off to a young new team.
Oh yeah, it'll be like Voltron, like whatever happened to kind of thing.
2.0. One of every color shows up. But it is what it is. But you guys
Will a
like
black
what?
guy finally pilot the Black Lion like in Power Rangers?
As it should be, right?
Will an Asian person be the yellow line?
As it should be. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that'd be funny.
You got to give Power Rangers credit though. The black guy was not a black guy.
Yes, it was. The Black Ranger was the black guy, and all he did was love to dance.
I thought
he was
the
like
Black Ranger was
like
like the only actual Asian guy.
No,
and,
the Asian one was the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're
so
really creative there.
Cliche. Alrighty then. Sweet. If you like what Elrod has done here, please go ahead and vote for him in the straw poll. Let's move along over here to Melissa. Hey, Melissa, what you got?
Hey.
You're upside down and crooked, but that's okay.
Oh dear, let me correct that. Okay. Come on. There you go.
Does it decide to hang up or is it working?
It's working. Okay. So
Landscape
my mind was
mode.
trying to go to okay. My
Yeah,
mind
there
was
you go.
trying to go to old 80s animes, like this really old this really old, just like it sparked the back of my head. I was only barely sure it existed. I saw this picture of this guy in my head who I think turned into something that kind of looked like a dolphin.
Cool.
It took a while for me to
Yeah, tiger
figure it out.
sharks.
Tiger sharks.
Yeah, tiger sharks. Yeah.
Yeah.
This lady's name is Octavia.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Could you possibly turn that landscape mode, please?
It is landscape mode.
No, it's not. It's portrait mode.
It was for us.
Yeah, no, I had it as landscape.
How strange. Did it
No,
turn
it's
around?
portrait for me.
It's landscape. It's landscape on the portrait definition because it's coming up portrait in it's coming up sideways in the portrait side.
Yeah, but that's what they're seeing though.
Is it?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That's
it
what I'm
looks
saying.
great on your phone. Let's
It looks
see.
great on my screen as well.
Okay, it looks landscape here.
I mean, those little tentacles are barely moving, but it's amazing how hard it is to draw a lady with an octopus for a head.
She looks cool. Let's see. Should we try like logging out and logging back in to see if it'll make it scan better?
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Sure.
Is that from Tiger Shark?
Yeah.
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 Which is
I think
actually
it's
in the
up to
same
you,
universe.
Elrod.
Which
Thank
is
you
in
for-
the same
for
universe as what?
separating
Thundercats and maybe not
Really?
Silverhawks, but it's Thundercats.
And Silverhawks. Somehow they're all connected.
Silverhawks.
Other than being the same animation, they're all.
I love me some Silverhawks. Okay, we're waiting. We're waiting, Melissa.
Okay, sharing screen.
Okay, go.
All right, and there. How about that?
There you go. Perfect. Oh, you said her name was Octavian?
Octavia. Yeah.
So her name just means 8.
Yes, it does.
Nice.
I guess
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Wonder why you need.
I like the motions of the tentacles. It's good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's very nice.
She is
So,
fancy.
of course, the question on the table today is, what is your favorite anime of the 80s?
Of the 80s, when I was little, my favorite one that was very Japanese was, it had to be Sherlock Holmes. I know it's a free, but Amy and I basically grew up watching the same thing, so we have a lot of similar tastes.
So
It was definitely 80s, Sherlock Holmes.
So you guys didn't watch a lot of TV growing up, huh?
Not a lot really.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I did find that one. I think I found it on YouTube somewhere recently. I can't even remember why, but it was so cool.
I was pretty tiny during the 80s, so yeah, Sherlock Holmes like on Nickelodeon is. I mean, there's some like this
That's
Temple
why
of
it's so
Beauty.
familiar.
What?
Like he literally was like Sherlock Holmes, but a dog, right?
Yeah.
Right, I guess it.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Although, wasn't there like a British one called Basil?
You're thinking of the Don.
You're thinking of Great Mouse Detective?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
the
a
Great
good
Mouse
one.
Detective Basil.
Yeah, Basil Baker Street. That was the one.
Yeah.
And they had
With
a
Vincent Price as the rat.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
great though. That was great.
Mhm.
It
was
great.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks so good. That's not animation though. That was like stop motion or something, right?
Oh, it was Disney animation.
No, it was
Radigan.
Disney animation.
Was it animation?
Yeah, it was actually.
I'm-
it was
Yeah, it was
actually.
animation. I'm thinking of Frog and Toad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Wind in the Willows.
That was an amazing movie. Yeah. I saw a remake of that. It was okay. It didn't have the impact of the original. But nevertheless, very good. If you guys like what Honey has done, please vote for in the straw poll. Very nice.
Thank you.
Let's move over here to Jason, and of course, Jason has done the Voltron head here. Very nice.
Jason.
Very nice. Yes, I did like me some Voltron when I was a kid.
Yet.
I like.
Yeah. So, Jason, what's your favorite anime of the 80s? Jason.
Anime of the 80s, to be honest with you, Voltron is the only. Huh?
Yeah, go
Can you
ahead.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So, Voltron is the only one that I've really watched. But I've watched it a lot with my dad. Dad, he grew up with Voltron and He-Man, G.I. Joe, and all this all the other shows. He was a really big He-Man fan. So, but yeah, Voltron was like the one he was like really into. So yeah, pretty fun show. It was pretty cheesy. I was more into he more than anything when I was a kid, but you know.
Yeah, no, well, I get
still,
it. You're young.
like-
You're young, so and you're not like an anime aficionado. But Voltron's fine. I enjoyed Voltron myself, but there are so many other anime stuff. But only the nerds really knew about it. To be fair.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But yeah, that's great. Cool. If you guys like what Jason has done, please vote for the straw poll. This is Mr. Motion, by the way. We have another Jason here. I'm going to get to in a moment. But first, we're going to go to Alan. And Alan, it's starting to look so good. Appleseed, man. I know, dude. I
This is
love
so cool.
Appleseed, dude. That is going to be so epic when he's finished with this, though. My
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was that old.
Yeah, Appleseed, starts
Yeah.
in the 80s. Yeah.
It had cool. The cyborg was
1988.
so cool.
Yeah, no, he's definitely very cool. Yeah, it's just a neat, it's a really neat movie series.
name
There's a whole
Mario?
bunch of them. Cool.
What's his name?
Dunan Furios.
Masami Shiro.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, Alan. So the question is, as people are looking at your art, is best anime of the 80s.
Well, I was a sucker for the Voltron as well. I had the die-cast ones, when, which was a mistake. You don't give a toddler die-cast Voltron toys.
Oh, ow.
Still have them?
But
What happened?
well, yeah, it's because I fucked up those toys. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure you did. Yeah.
those things are like worth money now.
Plus,
But
it
yeah, I
caused
just always
damage.
remember. they were so legit though. Those diecast toys, and I went nuts for it. I will form the head. Just fucking saying that.
Right. Yeah. No, Voltron was a lot of fun. It's interesting the impact. I didn't realize it was as popular as it is. That's interesting. I like I
Was
said,
never into the remakes, but just that old one, just it just sticks in your head, and everything that even comes close gets compared to that.
Yeah, sure.
And then the car one sucked. I was just kidding. Earlier.
Of course
I was
they
like,
suck.
what's this shit?
Of course, I watched Voltron, but at that time, for me, I was so busy with schooling stuff that I really didn't watch much. So I didn't, it wasn't until later I picked up a lot of these 80s things, was after the fact, right?
And like I said, if G.I. Joe and Transformers count, then I would pick that. Because that was obviously Japanese animation.
Optimus is in
Toy Studios.
Optimus is in Voltron, so
Yeah,
that counts.
that's true.
And
Well,
I would say Generation 1 then.
Yeah, G.I. Joe was very good, for sure. Thundercats, of course, was also really good.
Believe it.
But I think the one that I was of the right age to see and I really impacted me was Thundar the Barbarian.
Oh,
Yeah, good stuff. Well, go ahead.
But now I'm looking at now I'm watching Appleseed and now I'm watching all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I went back in time and watched stuff when I had more free time. It's interesting when you get married and have kids, you have free time, kind of.
Chester, look at this.
I need to get married.
Yeah. Oh my, he's got all five cats together forming Voltron. Very nice. That is cool, dude.
That's awesome.
That is very cool, dude. Yeah. You got all the toys. I don't really have toys.
I've got a lot of toys.
I need toys. But if I actually spent time, Eric, and actually tried to do something, I would go Sideshow Collectibles, personally.
Oh, those are so nice, yeah. They're expensive, but they're nice.
Yeah.
Need a big house.
Yeah, well, I have some room.
On your bookshelf.
Just Sideshow, they suck. You want to do Hot Toys.
Oh, Hot Toys are good too. Hot Toys are good too, dude.
Okay.
But there's a lot of little things I'd love to have now. But I don't know what I
You
would
got to
do
go
with it.
third party with 1/6 scale. The third party companies are great.
Yeah, no, I love watching those conventions, man. It's amazing stuff. I do have like an old warehouse here in town, and I keep threatening to turn it into a restaurant / live house. And I was thinking of doing all the little booths, the sitting booths, and having because it's a old warehouse, right? So the windows are way up high, right? So the walls are just walls, and but each cubby that kind of do like the U-shaped seating, and each cubby that they're in, I was going to do a different diorama of Sideshow Collectible stuff.
Oh, dude, you should. That sounds awesome.
It
You
doesn't
should do Phison.
Yeah.
Look up Phison 1/6. They're a lot cheaper and a lot higher quality, and they
really?
do really cool original design. Their original designs are great.
What's that
Oh,
called?
I
again?
love original designs.
Phison with a PHIC.
Phison. I've never heard of that. I know Hot Toys.
Yeah, they make that boner pill.
So amazing.
Yeah.
And they killed a lot of people with the COVID shot.
Phison,
Oh, I can't say that.
IN or EN?
PHICEN.
CEN. Oh, okay.
And they downsized some of their figures to 6-inch scale too, which is crazy.
Wow.
But they do the weird seamless bodies with the rubber skin. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I've never even heard of these guys, dude. Huh. Oh,
they
my
do
God,
some
dude.
licenses, but not many.
Dude, that's really high level.
But it's mainly historic, kind of fantasy, but historical take.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Fantasy takes on historical things and a lot of mythical things.
Yeah, no, it's really good stuff.
I have one of the Greek goddesses, and then this other just kind of Lord of the Rings looking woman.
Oh yeah, no, I see Medusa and stuff in there. Yeah, no, it's great.
Oh, the Medusa I wanted so bad, but the pre-orders sold out instantly, and they were only $100.
Well, what I was thinking is like having a Marvel one, a DC one, a Frank Frazetta cubby, doing like that, all the way on the first floor, because it actually has of course, it originally for storage, but it has like a balcony level. It's not built as a balcony, but I would make it a balcony. I wouldn't do it there because the windows are there. But on the first floor, all the little ones up against the wall, that was my idea, just to fill them with dioramas.
Do it.
Yeah, I
Need
should
this.
do it. But I'm so busy with other things.
But you need a warehouse filled with toys.
Well, you know what it was?
You got the touch.
Because some of my friends in town were like, hey, we have a skinny. We know a tunnel is coming through here. So we went and bought all the land around where it was going to exit. And then after, so, and then of course the tunnel goes through, and then of course you can jack up the price and make profit, which I did. But one of the properties that was off the road in the back, I kept, and it's like an old Japanese warehouse because like that could be something, so I kept that. Yeah, that was good. That was a good deal, man. I made some money on that. It's called insider trading, Andrew.
I see.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Every Western.
Well, it's something me and Pocahontas have in common, and Nancy Pelosi too.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Very, very good. So if you like what Alan has done, please vote for him in the straw poll. Let's go over here and take a look at Jason Gonzalez here, with, of course, also known as Thunder Rat. This character does look familiar to me, but I don't think it's the actual anime. I'm thinking of a Jack Frost character for some reason, I think.
Ooh.
It looks good, though.
I didn't color it. I'm not very good with coloring, but his hair is supposed to be green.
Green, yeah.
Oh.
It's a good-looking character. What was the name of this character again?
Lock the Superman.
Yeah, Lock the Superman or Lock the Superpower.
Lock the Superpower.
Yeah, that's the English dub title.
Neat. And I've never heard of this one. Looks good though, dude. Yeah. So the question is, what is your favorite 80s anime?
It's gonna have to be a tie between. Can I tie?
Of course.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, dude.
Robot
Nice and
Carnival.
loud. Just kidding.
Robot Carnival and Akira.
Robot Carnival. That sounds familiar to me.
It's an anthology, right?
Yeah, mech anthology.
Oh, that's cool. Dude, there were a lot of great, really serious mecha stories in the 80s, dude. They were serious. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they drew it all without
anime?
CGI.
Yeah. All hand drawn, dude. But then when you were here, Andrew, did you go and visit one of the anime studios? They do tours,
I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't have time. When I went and visited Tokyo specifically, I was only in Tokyo for 4 days, but I was in Okinawa for like a month, and then I was in Osaka for 2 weeks. So we went to the manga museum, and that was like the biggest museum and tour thing that we did was the manga museum in Osaka.
Cool. Well, so my daughter is a very big time manga anime fan. That's like her thing, right? And near her house in Fukuoka, I don't remember the name of it, but we went to visit and she took us to see it. So I actually went through the studio. I had gone during a weekday, so because I had time off. So they actually they had like a couple of rooms that were kind of museum-esque, right? I didn't recognize anything though, but it was more girl anime stuff.
Sure.
But they actually took us on the edge of the animating room, and there were like, I don't know, 2 dozen, 3 dozen people in there just hacking away, dude, with their little light boxes.
Yeah, that would be something that I would be interested in someday.
Yeah.
They still draw on paper?
Yeah, they were all using
What,
light
really?
boxes when I went in, and that was just
Oh, I suppose they do.
6
Yeah, they do
months
actually
ago.
do the pencil sketches on there, and then they do everything else digitally. Like they color digitally and they scan in the lines and
Yeah.
Yeah, because I still, that's another thing. I do have some paper sketches of animation cells as well for modern anime.
I mean, there were a lot of people on computers too, but I know what a light box is, and there were many of them, and they were going at it, so it was pretty neat. Yeah, but my daughter was very proud to show it to us, so I was like, okay, cool. But like I said, it was more like girl anime stuff. But it didn't matter. It was still neat to see, the sausage get made.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Not everything's lost.
No, definitely not. Like I said, there are many of them all around Japan. Nevertheless, if you guys like what Thunder Rat has done, please vote for him the straw poll. This is great. Excellent. And I think I'm done with the ones displaying, and I need to just go find Rosa. I think.
I'm just over here, just hiding in the back.
I got a drawing too, Chester.
And Mike. So I'm gonna go find those two. All right, cool. There we go.
Oh,
Very good. So let me go to the draw along and see what we got. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Doug is in here.
Oh yeah, we've set him off. We've set off.
Doug is, of course he is. Yes.
Alrighty then. So Doug's here. And we got a bunch of
He
stuff in
loves
here.
this subject so much.
Very nice.
Yeah, super love.
Oh, dude, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Awesome, dudes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let me go up and grab the stuff in the vote. So first, I'll do. This is pretty good, Rosa.
Thank you for approving of me.
Well,
Thank you.
It's actually pretty good. What is this from?
It's from Robotech. Thank you.
Robotech.
It is.
Thank you. The correct one. You used it correctly.
Oops.
You
I'm
can.
so sorry.
You can stay. Okay.
Can I stay?
Yeah, you can. That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Take a look at that, guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's great. It's cute.
Good.
I have a heart for Lisa. She's like I really did. Watched it when it was pretty much contemporary, which is kind of crazy when I think about it now. And so, as an adult watching it, it's all totally. I wasn't the mecha. Yeah, that was okay. I was totally into the whole soap opera side of the thing. The talking heads, everybody crying, and the back in their rooms. That whole part of it was the interpersonal drama. Actually really took me for that, and that's to me, Lisa Hayes, of course, was very personal for me at the time because I kind of felt like her at that point. And all battles are beautiful from a distance, so I love her. So I had to draw her tonight. So
very good. Well, I mean, for me, BattleTech had hit before Robotech came out, and BattleTech was like the schnizzle when I was in high school. Everybody was playing it. And of course, pen and paper tabletop, right? And then of course, Robotech came out, and we all lost our minds. So
yeah,
yeah. But it was easy for me to be a nerd because I was too big for the other kids to bully. So very nice. Alrighty, if you like what Rosa's done, please vote for on the straw poll. But of course, the question being, what is your favorite anime of the 80s?
Well, obviously, probably I would say Robotech, just because at the time I was totally into it. This was actually, I saw it, I think it was 1988, 1989, something about that time. And so it wasn't too long after it actually had been released. And I got that. That's why you heard me call it Macross, because I actually saw it as the English dub, of course, at the time. And so for me, it was just fascinating. Like I said, I was like, that was actually the first anime that I had watched. I saw Battleship Yamato later. And so I didn't get to watch Battleship Yamato when it first came out. So for me, other than White Snake Enchantress, which is the original anime, you've heard me talk about it before. Then from the 1962, this was actually the second probably anime that I'd ever seen. So it had a huge impact on me because that really sets it in my mind about what an anime is supposed to be, which is a bunch of drama, people making out and people crying and shooting up a bunch of shooting a lot of stuff. Blowing up
a lot of shooting stuff, the Invid and all that.
Right.
Yeah. Very good. Well, awesome. Thank you. So let's move on here to Two Banana Mike, and I think I'm going to have to vote for you, Mike. That's great.
Oh, did you pull it up in the?
Yeah, I did. Trying to steal Uncle Watt's thunder, wise guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what today is, right?
No, I don't. What is today?
Walt Disney's birthday.
Oh, well, that's then you win altogether. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice.
You should have drawn Iceman.
Who?
No, that's cute.
Oh, yeah, his head on ice. Yeah, yeah. No.
Disney on ice.
On ice. I saw Ice Capades when I was a kid. Does that count?
Sure.
I think I saw Sesame Street on ice as well.
Follow
Was it
that
good?
bird.
That's that crazy
that
giant bird
bird
pick
is-
you up
I've
and
actually
take
seen
you around
that.
the ice, and you're like, God damn it, I'm gonna die. Anyway, yeah, I remember that, and Barnum and Bailey Circus, and all kind of stuff. But nevertheless, this is awesome. If you like what Mike has done, please vote from the straw poll. But of course, the question is, Mike, what is your favorite anime of the 80s?
I don't care because I hate going back because childhood memories are destroyed pretty quick. Honestly, probably Transformers the movie. But even then, I've seen Fifth of the North Star. I've seen Vampire Hunter D. I watched what's the one where he screams the whole time that does nothing but he explodes?
Dragon Ball.
No, not Dragon
Ball.
That's the Akira. Is that it?
Akira.
Yeah,
Akira. With motorbikes.
So I watched it. I don't care to ever watch it again, but I will say hands down, it's probably the best animation I've ever seen from that style.
It is impressive.
Oh, absolutely. So it's a mishmash, but I really don't care. Honestly, if you want to know my favorite anime, it's the 2012 Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is the perfect blend of American storytelling with the dynamics of the anime. I highly recommend.
Well, there you go. There you
go. Yeah, I grew up with that. That was a good show.
It's a perfect blend of the dynamics of anime, some of the storytelling elements of anime, with Western storytelling. I love it.
Very good.
Yes.
Awesome.
The 12 series was excellent.
Yep.
All right, guys, get out there and vote, and we'll be over there, and I'll vote here in a little bit. But I want to take a look at the draw along, and there's a lot today, so that's great. So whilst you're doing that, let's take a look. Now, Adrian, or Mr. Miracle, has dropped a whole bunch of stuff for us. He's got a little bit of 3x3 eyes, which I don't know what that is. Never heard of that.
Oh yeah.
You know that? I don't know that.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, but I'm familiar with it.
Never heard of
yes.
that. He does have Lum, which I do know about Lum. I've heard of this before. He's got himself some Violent Jack here.
Jack.
Yeah, Violence Jack is great.
Isn't Violet J a clown posse guy?
He's got a little bit of Appleseed here with both characters.
Old Johnny.
So very nice. Yeah. Very nice. Alrighty. And of course, he's got AD Police as well, which we didn't even mention. So very nice. Very good. Adrian put a lot. He said some of his old stuff, but still, it's nice to see all of it. It's very, very good. I'll get to Doug's in a bit. He's, not happy. Here's, of course, we have just to show it a little bit clearer, Elrod's Fists of the North Star. This guy just watched 3 hours of anime. Yes. He's just for those you don't know, the Fist of the North Star is his martial art technique, and it's basically a Dimmak technique where he uses pressure points and blows people up. It's perfect.
Hokuto Shinken.
Yes, that's right. Of course, we also have something else put up here by Elrod. So let's see what this is. Every anime ever. What will I do? My life as a sexually ambiguous adult. Child, maybe teen, genius, science whiz, giant robot pilot, elite ninja squad member is at risk. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. The anime geek of today. Very nice. All right. Well, let me go over and get Doug's because, I think they'll probably all be over there, but I don't know. Do I have to read anything today? I might have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right, fine.
I might have to read
Let's go see.
it, knowing
Read
him.
through the penguins.
Let's go
Huge
see.
cry.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. That's not cute. Bruce Lee doing his stuff. Okay, fine. Why? What's going on? No, that's okay. It's not cute. Why are you? What are you doing, drunk person?
Being drunk, public.
She's a drug zombie. Yeah. Oh, look, the comedy of Justin Trudeau. God, what an idiot.
Hey, look, he's wearing the nanny socks from Muppet Babies.
Yeah, Argyle socks. It was hilarious. Trump made his little joke about, well, we're going to have to put a 25% tariff on you there. Yep,
And
gonna
he
have to
started
do that.
crying.
And he literally crying on TV. I mean, what a Canada.
What?
Daddy
stuff, dude.
Castro would be
He
very
would
disappointed.
be very disappointed. Yeah, but this guy is such a joke, man. I feel bad for Canada. I mean, we
He is
had.
very pretty.
Yeah, I guess the girls like him. Yeah, but the thing is,
He's one of the
Gavin
best
Newsom
black
Canada.
leaders we have today.
What was that, Elrod?
He's one of the best black leaders we've had in many years.
That's fair. He does
That's
love
right,
his
that's
blackface.
right, yeah.
But I'm looking for something cute though. I don't see much cute. Oh, okay. Yay, you get to go in the toilet for some reason. Okay, fine. That's a big ass toilet. If I get rich from crypto, I'm not telling anyone, but there will be signs. Da, 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 da. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's
pretty
awesome.
funny.
He's cock walking. Yeah, you get it, boy. You get it, boy. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, girls are loving it. Girls are loving it. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. That is so good, dude.
Why does this reminds me of?
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh,
funny.
I gotta go find that and send it to Mike Miller.
Yeah, that is hilarious, dude. That is hilarious.
Oh.
He's doing a little bit of twerking there. Very nice. He's showing the world. It's okay, ladies. I'll be here all day. The great ladies are clapping for him. Ladies love confidence, dude. They love it. They love it. Yep. Now, of course, his gut he's got going on here, you could actually lose that pretty quickly, dude. That's not actually a very serious
Oh,
fatness.
no, you can.
Yeah.
All beer, right?
Yeah, it's all beer. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go with that. Yeah, that was pretty cute. I'm going with that. That was good. All right. All right, let's see what we got in here from Doug. Oh my. Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I guess I'll have to go show the other stuff because he doesn't have it in here. So let me grab this other one. So let's start off with this. This is how he feels today on Anime Day. So, yeah.
My body. I've been waiting the whole time for this moment.
All righty. So what do we got here? We got I don't know what that is.
Lethal Weapon.
Oh, it is Lethal Weapon. You're right. It is Lethal
Favorite
Weapon.
80s anime is Lethal Weapon.
You're getting too old for this shit.
He is getting too old for this shit. Oh,
He's only 28.
Uh-oh. He's going to do something.
Keep drawing.
That's perfect music, though, Doug. Good job. That is perfect music.
It's awesome.
He's pretty good at that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. All right, let me go read. I gotta read. All right, here we go.
I want his filters he uses. I want them.
They are nice, yeah. They are nice. All right, let's see. Can I do this in one breath? I don't think I need one breath. I need 3. All right, here we go. Anime. Disaster that's baffled me for way too long. All those flashy colors and over-the-top characters couldn't hide the same tired plots and endless cliches. It's like they took everything annoying about storytelling and amplified it 100 times. Every time I see another mindless series getting hyped, I just shake my head. All those predictable tropes, love triangles, power-ups, and endless filler. Where's the originality? It's a shallow money pit, and I can't believe people fall for it. I'll never understand the obsession. It's just noise and nonsense. A world I'd rather avoid. Yep.
I gotta say he hates anime, but he sure spends more time working on the anime weeks than he does any other ones.
He does. He does. There is more time. The angst is painful. The angst is painful. That is true. That is true.
It's how artists drive, man.
That's
He's
true.
just not working on it. He just
I
200
feel his
pages out
pain.
of his journal.
Yeah.
I feel his pain.
But we appreciate you, Doug. I promise you, next week will not be anime. Oh, I might be lying. Well, we'll go find out.
It's Rosa.
Wink, wink.
It's Rosa.
Yeah,
so
Rosa's-
so therefore
yeah,
you're
totally anime.
safe.
Yeah.
You're safe. There we go.
Christmas
Let me go over here and grab the straw poll, and I'll vote myself. So here we go. 1 second. Alrighty. Chat's just been chiming away here. Very good, chat. Thank you, chat. Where's the straw poll? There it is. Very nice. Alrighty. So here we go. All right. So, who won the drawn and quartered Ultimate Fan Edition 80s anime competition? I have many choices today. We had a lot of people come in. Thank you guys all for coming in. That's awesome. But I do have to focus now because I need to make it a choice, even though I've already made it. Anyway, Rosa, very, very famous Dioro. Fair? Fair. I could also go with Andrew, not as famous Rosa.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use her to boost me someday.
Yeah, you should. You should. You should. Let's see. Melissa, cute, but still not as famous. Fair enough.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Amy, also cute, but still not as famous. Do better, girls. Goodness gracious. Alan, the Taco Bell Mexican pizza of famousness. Alonzo, fair. Fair.
Steve.
Yeah. 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 Of course, I'm pretty sure that Cubans don't run for the border. They swim.
Inner tube.
Well, I'm Mexican and Cuban, so I'm too lazy to build a raft.
On an
Oh,
upside down Volkswagen.
Fair. Fair.
Young
Eric, not as famous as Rosa, but meticulously manscaped. Hawkins. That is fair. That is true.
Oh yes,
Very true.
Way better.
Let's see. I could also go with the Rosa of Oz, Amron. Fair. Fair. Yeah. El Rodimus, too cantankerous to be as famous as Rosa Flash. That is fair. That is true.
Oh.
He is cantankerous. Yeah, that is true. Jason, yeah, no. Grant, I apologize for that, Jason.
Jason, he's
That's fair.
Okay.
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts a little. It hurts a little. Yeah, it's kind of mean spirited there. I apologize for Jeff.
Hurts sometimes.
Thunder could be as famous as Rosa, but isn't. Rat. Okay. Yeah. I sense that Jeff's a little bit angsty today. A little bit.
I don't know why this is
A touch of angst. Alpha, Rosa's semi-famous understudy, Proto. Fair. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Less painful. And of course, last but certainly not least, Two Banana doesn't care if he's famous at all, Mike. Very good. Claps. That was very good. Maybe you need to have some, rose hip tea or something.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, who am I picking today? Well, Eric's was pretty good. Oh, I can't. It's not. I just have to pick one. Uh-oh. He didn't do the thing, so I have to do just one.
Yeah, I screwed up.
Yeah, you know what? I liked a lot of that stuff. There was some really good stuff. I was gonna go one way without question. I was gonna go Cobra with Amron, but I'm not. Nope, I'm not.
What?
I'm going to Banana Mike, man.
Thanks.
That was perfect.
Robbed.
Robbed,
of my-
absolutely robbed. But it didn't. Of course, I didn't mean anything because my vote never means anything. How come you didn't do the choice thingy?
I screwed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm the same when choosing options and,
The-
and
the-
whatever. Sometimes I want to do something. It's like, oh shit, I forgot to do that. Or I forgot to add something to a Twitter post.
Right. Well, I
the
did
thing
it.
the thing is when you do it, if you can't go back and edit it after you say,
Like a Twitter
okay.
post, yeah.
All right.
You know, you can
you'd
go in
have
and
to make
add
a new one.
people, but you can't change the poll type. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alrighty then. Well, seeing as I am rather pressed for time, I'm really bad on time today. There's just so many people. I'm
Oh,
going to
wow.
go ahead and call it now because I was really slow getting there. So I think everyone who's voted who's going to vote will. But of course, I want to say thank you to Alpha, Jason Gonzalez, of course, Mr. Mosen, Jason, Elrod, of course, Amy, Rosa, Honey, Andrew, Mike, and Eric, as well as Alan. But once again, Amron takes the show. I mean, his Cobra was great, though. So claps, everybody. Claps.
I
Claps.
lost count. How many is that now?
Yay.
6, 7?
Yeah, Amron just owns this show. He owns it. So, all proceeds
don't
go
get
to
upset with
Amron.
me.
That's
But
correct.
yeah, very good. Very good. Awesome. Well, thank you guys
Not
for
by
all coming
doing, I
in and voting.
swear.
Yeah. And of course, thank you for all the artists coming in today. It was a lot of fun talking about 80s anime. Once again, when I was doing my research for this, just to refresh myself, I really was shocked at how much I had forgotten of the amazing number of awesome 80s anime. And honestly, there was stuff brought up that I completely forgot about or haven't even heard of. So yeah, the 80s was banging, dude. It was banging.
There's a lot of stuff that's like super obscure.
True. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I was really surprised because I had seen Battle Angel. I had seen it before, but I was surprised. What was that? Spielberg or Cameron? What I can't remember which one.
Robert Rodriguez.
Rodriguez to
Yeah,
direct it.
but whoever. Yeah, but there was like a group of guys who were like mad Battle Angel fans.
Oh well, Cameron bought it. Cameron bought the licensing, and then Robert
he did.
Rodriguez did the movie.
There you go. Which I loved. It was great fun. But I thought it was a weird little obscure thing to bring to the film, though. But they did, and it was
Yeah.
good fun. I hear.
It was exactly the OVA, which was great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I hear they're actually are working on the second one. So there
Hopefully.
you go. Yeah. I know. I remember reporting on the show, so it is in motion. But nevertheless, let me come over here to the other side and let's talk to everybody real quick. I am pressed for time though, guys. But nevertheless, let's try. Amaran, bologna or tuna fish?
Meat pie.
Meat pie. Oh, there you go. There you go, girls.
None of those. None of those.
There you go. There you go, girls. There you go. Very good. Andrew, what you got going on, dude?
Sure. Okay. Well, if you want to read my comic for free, absolutely for free, you can go to solariansun.com and read up to page 322 totally for free. If you want to join me on Patreon and get all the updates, also for free, you can join for free at patreon.com/AFLM. Except this month, I am running a deal that the $5 tier that gets you all the comics is now $3 until Christmas Day, and you get your first month for $3. So head over to patreon.com/AFLM and sign in the code SUNMISS2024 at checkout, and you will get the first month for $3 off.
Wow.
Or for $3.
That's a good
$2
deal.
off.
That's a good deal.
So go do that now. And I think that's all I have for today. Just that in the book. Volume 4 is almost done. So.
Oh, sweet. You are
That's right around the
prolific,
corner.
dude. That is the word for you. Prolific.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But speaking of free, I just want to get this plug in here. I'm not getting paid or nothing.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, Path of Exile 2 drops for free. And the reason I mention that is because that is a video game studio that is showing all the other jackass AAA studios exactly how you do it.
Oh,
It's an amazing game. There's not a shred or even a whiff of woke. And it's like Baldur's Gate 3, which did have woke in it, but it didn't care about it. But the amount of
Right.
effort, this game is going to piss off so many journos because they get upset when you make too much. It's too big, it's too good. They literally say this shit. I'm not exaggerating. But Path of Exile 2 is dropping live tomorrow, and damn, dude. They just make they basically told Diablo to hold their beer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it is amazing. Anyway, moving on. Alpha Proto, would you like to say something to the peoples? You're a good artist, by
Oh,
the way.
Yes, he
well,
is.
oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Rosa. Hey, there's no way I was gonna miss episode 250 of Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition.
250?
Yeah.
Well,
It's like 254, isn't it?
Yeah, you missed that was a month ago. It's okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's okay.
I want to
It's good.
celebrate.
It's all right.
I want to believe it's 250.
Anyway,
You should believe it. You should believe it.
Yeah.
It's truth.
Anime is really cool. I like the older stuff with where it was on sales and stuff. It's too oversaturated and processed now. I just love the look of like cells
Oh,
on
hand drawn.
painted.
Oh, hand drawn is superior. Absolutely.
It is
outlines,
great.
everything. Yeah. Just knowing that someone went painstakingly through every frame, like, and drew everything. No shortcuts,
Yeah.
Yeah, and a
But-
lot of the stuff made by the Japanese, because I know I don't know much about this, but I do know that there's kind of two type of animation. There's the full animation, then there's the animation where the bodies aren't really moving, maybe just in a scene the head is moving or an arm is moving, but it's like it's
very
generally static. So you have those two types, but the Japanese stuff is like full animation, dude.
Oh yeah, it's like the Sakuga moments where they actually draw.
Yeah, it's really cool. What wasn't it one of those ones that was like the most expensive movie, not anime, movie ever made for a while? And I think I can't remember the count, but the cell count, I think it was Ghost in the Shell. But the cell count, the frame count was like ridiculously high.
Oh,
I
wow.
haven't heard actually. I don't know the cell counts of some of those.
But
That's cool.
I doubt it would be a Japanese movie though. They're very
definitely.
economical with their cell counts. It's probably a Disney movie.
Though it's true, they do have a pretty high frame count for Disney, but Ghost in the Shell did
I imagine-
certainly have a lot to it.
Yeah, I remember
Some of
hearing
those
something
sequences-
about that in the making of it, because there's like a documentary about that, and it's just insane how much money they spent to make that. It's just stupid. But it is
it like
gorgeous.
the most expensive per second kind of thing?
What do you say, Elrod?
It's like the most expensive per second sort of deal because of the animation.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
labor.
Yeah. So crazy. And at the time, it was the most expensive movie, not just anime, of all time
Right.
at that time. And I think Waterworld took it away from it. But yeah, I
What's
mean, it's the
Cobbler
Japanese are
or
crazy.
something?
What was that?
The Prince and the Cobbler, or I don't know. There was some movie that was never finished, really.
Yeah,
Huh?
The Thief and the Cobbler,
The Thief and the Cobbler, yeah.
which
It
was
went,
also
like,
a
through
personal
3 different
project.
drafts. Like, it had a Japanese studio work on it for a while, but the movie was like in production for like 20 years.
Jeez.
Was that
Wow.
Bluth? Was that Don Bluth?
No,
a
it
lot
wasn't Don
It
Bluth.
got through a lot of hands.
He got stuff done. No, this fella.
Oh
He
wow,
did.
that was
Yeah, that guy, he ruins childhoods, though. Girls.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
Hey,
promote it.
thanks for seeing us, everybody. Love you guys, and we'll see you next week to promote Rosa's awesome new book. And
Heck
like,
yeah.
seriously, if you guys ever are looking for some animation cells that you really want and you just can't find it, if it helps, I did like production art restoration, so I can make you a cell if it's missing, or if you find it and it's damaged, I can get it back on its feet for you. So just let me know sometime.
It's very nice, but I have to make a statement. I apologize, but stupid Prince, I'm being jealous for Mario on his behalf. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How about you, honey? What's up?
Let's see. Well, I just fixing at the last, little bugs on the little flag controller. Sorry about the vague terms, but yeah, I'd say we're basically ready to start writing up dialogue, and we're getting ready to. I think probably within. I can't say a specific date, but it's definitely we can see the light at the end of the tunnel of going into our wish list campaign for our new project, getting it share for everyone. We're almost there.
That's good to hear you're just working away on it, though. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And great little animation today, by the way, honey. It was good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. We will never know because, Jeff screwed up. But I would have put you up high today. Yeah.
I really appreciate the sentiment.
That was great.
I wish I'd spent more time drawing her little tentacles, but it took me so long to try to get her face right. But I think she came out actually pretty looking, which is
it looks good.
Something I've been struggling with for a while.
Mrs. 8. It's good. Yeah. It's great. Thank you very much. All right, Alan, do you want to say something? God, it's going to be so badass when you finish this, dude. Jesus. Dude, you have to finish this.
I just came back from Texas last night, so I really haven't done anything in the past 10 days.
That's very nice.
Dude, where'd you go?
But
did you have fun?
I was out in Lacoste by San Antonio.
So you did run for the border. Huh.
Yeah.
It's not very close to the border.
It's interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, just doing this.
They
doing
got the
H.R.
best
City.
Taco Bell in Texas.
They got a lot of taco stuff in Texas.
I bet.
I would recommend Palenque Grill. It's amazing Mexican food.
Oh no, there's a lot of good Mexican food down in Texas. There's whole towns in Texas where no one speaks English. Just so you know.
Well, that was my grandpa. My grandpa was born in the States, but he didn't speak a lick of English.
Yeah, no, there's like I said, whole towns where no one speaks English. In America, I know.
And I got me a cockfighting hat, which says "cockfight" real big on the brim. So
sweet.
Think something else here in Hollywood.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very good.
America cockfight again.
All right. Well, thank you very much. This is a great apple seed, by the way. One of my favorites. All right. Where was I? I went Eric. Oh, Elrod. Do you want to say something?
Something.
Thank you.
No.
That was perfect.
I know.
It was perfect.
Or
Christmas here.
He respects it. Eric, do your thing.
Let's see. Next week we have Rosa, but actually, after that we got 1 week left, and we're done for the year. We'll be doing Christmas the week after that. So, and next week, everybody keep Jeff in your thoughts and prayers, and wish him a speedy recovery from surgery.
Yeah,
That's
no,
right.
absolutely,
Yes.
dude. Don't die.
Thanks a lot.
Don't die. He will not die.
Hey,
He will not die.
dude, I
He will
was
be great.
being magnanimous.
Of course you were.
I'm gonna be praying to the voodoo doll from Major League for you.
It's not that I don't want you to die, and it's not that I do want you to die. It's just that I don't care. But I'm being magnanimous.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad you understand me so well. Very nice. I gotta go, Eric. I'm gonna go down and check out what the hell my wife's doing in Malta when I leave on the vacation thing. But I don't know how big you're. Kind of busy. You got kids running around all the time. But you should. You and your wife might want to think about coming and visiting me over there.
I would love to do that.
Yeah. I think you'd like.
The only mold I do is Ovaltine.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, where am I here? Jason, Mr. Motion, what you got? Well, he's not displaying, but I can hear him. So. You're roboting really bad, Jason. Really bad.
The show's no, Wi-Fi connection or whatever is really bad. But anyway, I could deal with this though. But yeah, I just got through a fan art for a Twitch streamer named Queso. I'm sure some of y'all know who he is. He's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I'm still waiting for his PO box to appear so I can actually send it to him. But I'm prepared whenever he's ready. So, but anyway, you can go down my Instagram at creation.jason, and then you can go to our Etsy shop. It's in the bio. We've got plushies, and we got some canvas art for even Christmas canvas art and plushies. So we even got some sweaters available if you want to check that out. That I think that's it.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
that's awesome. Very good. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
We have another Jason Gonzalez, our Thunder Rat. Would you like to say something to the folks?
Yes. You can follow me on X. My handle's at ScapeRat1. And
Yes.
right now I'm working on a comic book. And Rabbit's doing the cover, working on the cover right now.
Sweet.
I'm
Wow.
also
Oh,
on
nice.
art. I'm
Dude,
also on
that's a
ArtStation.
great
Huh?
name, dude, for a comic book.
Oh, Masterless.
That's a great name, dude. How has that not been taken already?
I think there's a movie called Masterless.
Anyway, continue. Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm so glad.
I'm also on ArtStation as Rat Crack.
Of course you are.
Ooh.
And if you
What's that?
are
What's that
interested
Twitter
at all,
handle?
follow me. At SCAPERAT1.
Awesome. You said Rabbit's working on this cover?
Yeah.
That's
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Great.
be cool. I know it is.
I really love the name and the look is great. Yeah, that's cool, dude.
Woohoo.
That's cool. Well, you'll definitely
Thanks,
have to, when you drop this, you'll have to come on the show and let us do it, man.
Please.
Woohoo.
Oh heck yeah!
When you coming back to the?
I will, but I don't know. Someone have a calendar. Let's see
Sometime in
here. I leave
January?
on that, so I come back. So 27th. Let's see, 1, 2, 3rd, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So I come back on the 10th. I'll be back here for the 10th.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a Friday. So
Well, sorry, the 9th. Then your 9th.
Do you want to do the show that week, or do you want to wait till the 16th since you're coming back that day? We don't want to rush you into
Yeah.
anything.
Well, I haven't even put up a sign-up page yet, so.
Well,
Well,
if
then
you don't mind, I guess it's up to you guys.
Yeah, 16th's good. We'll come back on the 16th after Christmas break. But we do
Cool.
have shows next week and the week after.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll figure it
No. Actually, I'll be back before that because I
Oh.
will be doing the Monday show. Yeah. No, I'll be back. I will be back by the whatever that 10th is. Yeah, I'll be back.
Lions just won. Woohoo! Oh, sorry.
Yay.
Yeah. Anyway, cool. Let me move along here. Let's see. I did that. Then I got to do Rosa.
Ray, I just love you all. I love you and you and you and you and you. Especially you. I fangirl squealed when I saw you were here as always. Yay, I love you. And since I get to next week for everything, because I am still trying to get this book out. It's been forever. I've got everything else finished. I've got the cover. It's just getting it powered through the publisher. So we'll be doing the book because it naturally comes out. And so I've already got illustrations for it and everything. And it's out to print. It's just got to get through the process. But I want to devote my time to Jeff and to pray for him, please, because we love Jeff, aka the most famous audiobook man of all time, Harmony
Yeah.
P. Hunter.
Yeah, don't die,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Feel free to call me,
I'll
Jeff. We
settle
can
on
roll
that.
it.
Don't die,
I
Jeff.
have surgery the same day.
I know. I'm like, that's a big surgery though. So I'm going to be praying for you. So yeah, instead of me shilling today, just please pray for Jeff because we love him. And he's so
Well,
awesome.
another reason to want to save the Jeff is because he's the last kazoo player on Earth.
That is
It's true.
true.
It's true.
It is true.
You can't live that.
Could be a movie, The Last Canoe Player with Tom Cruise. playing.
Yeah, I'd go Tom
Jeff.
Hanks. I'd go Tom Hanks.
I don't know about right now.
Yeah, made by
Yeah.
Let's wait till the list comes out. Then
That's true.
we'll talk about
That's
Tom
true.
Hanks.
That's true.
Yeah, let's wait for the.
I have a feeling you will be lucky if we get that list because they will kill for that shit.
Oh, for sure.
So, anyway,
They already.
very good. Thank you very much, Rosa. Thank you everybody for coming in. Nice to see Jason Gonzalez come in, and also, of course, having Mike come in as well. It's always happy to have you guys. We got Alpha Proto as well. Great art there. He's a pretty good artist.
Yes, he
Come on.
is.
It's pretty good, man. But definitely come back next week. We're going to do Rosa's book. We'll have a lot of fun with that. Thank you very much. So, Jeff, dude, kazoo player of legend, take us out of here.
Namaste, baby.
Namaste.
Namaste, baby.
Later, everybody.
All right.
Goodbye.
Merry Christmas. Is Blade Runner an anime?
That's the matchup.